때문에 그럼 안 누워야 돼요. 에트를.
와, 자 여기서
와,
공격기로. 야, 진짜 힘들린 무빙을 보여준다. 여기서 킬을 안 줄 수 있을까요? 이것도 안 줄 것 같은데요.
이제 늑대 리폰이 이미 다 끝났.
그렇죠. 오, 근데 여기서 일발장전하고 있었던 지워크.
아니, 날카로움이 진짜
네.
여전하네요. 꺾이더라도 그쪽에 절을 달고 있네. 자, 여기 또
쫓아가
근데 이거
줍니다.
아드리아나 다운되면 그냥 말짱 빵이거든요?
그렇죠.
오!
자, 하지만 먼저 다운시키고 데뷔와
아니,
마를렌
살았어요.
궁극기까지 활용이 되면서
아드리아나가
이거
살았기
지금
때문에.
비상
와,
전장
미래의
아니에요
세종.
여기.
미래의 세종!
자, 일단
자,
오!
오.
옆에서.
자, 단독선을 달리고는 있었지만 격차가 크지 않았고요.
자, 옆쪽에서도 계속 교전이 나오고 있고. 자, 릴리 선수가 이게 계속 앞라인도 때려주지만 하염 이제 불복기를 통해서 리오 쪽에만 깔아줘도 리오가 데미지 빌링 편하게 못하거든요.
서희 선수도 위험합니다.
그런 불편함이 자,
근데 여기서
와!
아 근데 잘 피했어요 릴리 선수. 아니 릴리
절다.
선수
아니 저렇게 릴리 선수가
네.
계속 버텨주면서
와
이런
와
거를-
터미네이트고요.
이거 한번 블라스트 이거 한번 빵! 네. 한번 빵!
발소리
와!
꽝 안쪽으로 밀어냈고요. 자 과연
이미 디나 선수 터져서
네.
해야 돼요.
오. 자 이거 풍선.
이거
자
있었죠. 자 이러면 아드리아노도 중요한데 드리말렘이 중요합니다.
그렇죠.
와 이거 팰리스 터졌고
도박 캐치 너무 잘했고요. 데뷔 마를렌.
선수한테도 꽤나 유효한 타격 넣어주고 있고 주고 살리고
그렇죠.
있지만 막혔고요.
자, 이렇게 이제 펜선 혼자 남았습니다.
근데 이거 데뷔 마를렌이 살아있는 게임이라.
그렇죠.
네.
2대1이기도 하고
NXA
자,
릴리와 함께.
자 릴리도 경기 살려냈습니다.
그렇죠. 이렇게 결국 13킬을 따내는
오브젝트 떴을 때 갈까 말까 고민되는 지역이거든요.
그것도 있지만
네. 여기 되게 그렇죠. 자, 물감 한번 붙여주기 시작합니다만 숙명공이 너무 적절하게 쓰고
와,
있는 페나.
페나 살아남았습니다.
네.
자 이러면
자, 이렇게 되면 디아블로
그렇죠.
탈락이죠.
RP를
그럼 여기에서 밀리면 결국 위에 한상에 있는 팀들에 의해서
그러니까 세이버는 뒤쪽에 다른 인원이 없는 반면에 한타 제대로 걸었습니다. 대저 서로 알론소끼리
리오끼리.
다운이 되어 있는데
와 이거 리오끼리 계속 크리덱으로 넣었는데 결국에는
자
그런 왼 금지구역에서 온전한 팀들이
그렇죠.
쏟아져 나오고
이거
있어가지고
소말 안 잡겠다고 스킬 쓰다가
자 쏟아져 나옵니다.
네 그렇죠.
쏟아져 나와요. 자 성당에서만 지금 온전한 팀 2팀이 나왔고요.
자 지금 국가가 주장에
급하게 들어왔는데요.
이건 위험하죠.
제발 모든 팀들이 모여 있습니다.
대전 사이버즈도 이대로 갈 순 없다.
네.
나를 제대로 보여주고 있고요. 주변에 하늘나리도 없고요.
말씀해주신 대로 지금 변수를 만들자 하늘나리도 없는 상황에서 정직하게 막고 있습니다.
그런데 아래쪽에
그렇죠. 디나 선수 지금
아,
엑셀러레이션 3대 받았어요.
체력이 없어.
네.
이거 다르코가 진짜 기가 막히게 배달해주는 거나 뭐 이런 미라클 스킬샷 토스 연계 이런 거 안 나오면 힘듭니다.
링크 활용해주면서 적궁 어떻게 배달해야 되는데
자 그리고 치유 드론에다가 막 아이템도 막 전투 무기가 나온 것도 아니라서 다르코가 막 원딜을 잡아줄 수 있냐 이것도 아니고 레고는 체력도 없고요.
네, 힘을 치고 있습니다.
아.
반대편에 1대1 해버렸고요. 카드 부스마저 다운이 되면서
네.
디나 혼자 났습니다.
자, 미래의 세종이
분석이
1킬도
넘었고요.
남았고요. 세종 선수네.
근데 내려오자마자 하이가
다리가
네.
인스트랑 써주면서 이거 오히려 좁은 데서 한번 싸워보나요? 링 자체는 예쁘게 깔렸는데 이미 3개가 터졌고요.
그렇죠.
근데
자,
벽이 많아서 그냥 벽에다가 투마프 스킨 넣겠다.
자 그리고 블라스트 아지텍트 활용해주면서 잠시 버텨내지만 바로 벽에 부딪힙니다.
와, 콤보역에 들어가는 순간 터지거든요. 그런 거 좀 최대한.
오 잠시만요. 아니 님루 대문이 지옥의 문이 돼버리고 있습니다.
그러니까요.
아니 시발리!
이거를 기다리고 있던 것이 아니라 그냥 맞추더군요.
미네플 선수도 여기까지입니다. 탈락.
이거 너무 억울하겠는데요. 그 다음
자, 오토함도 지금 multi 체력. 얀도 합류 중인데
갑니다. 근데
CNJ가 이런 거 안 놓치거든요.
자 이거 여기서 오히려 영으로 잡히고 말았습니다.
CNJ가 이런 거 잘 안 참거든요.
그렇죠.
세덴드 CNJ가 이런 거 안 참는데 시간 때문에 참아야 되네.
노지의 장점이
우와!
뭐냐? 바로 카이팅!
우와. 들어가요.
자 결국 먼저 시작하고 있는
노지를 잘라내면 돼요. 노지를. 피했어요.
너무 잘 피했고요.
그백
자 그래도 디레이 상황이 아직 되고
자,
있습니다.
승전도 받아야 돼요. 승전도 받아야 돼요. 빨리 받아야 돼요.
그렇죠.
양이 단단해요. 뒤쪽에서
이번에 로지
많아요. BNK가
자, 야 이거 안 때려주는 것도 너무 좋았죠. 자,
이미 여기 양이 없어서
CNJ도 다운이 되었습니다.
하이도 마이밖에 없거든요.
그렇죠. 와 이거 세대드 지금
세데드 뭐예요? 이거 범선수가 살짝 여유 부렸다가 온 건데 근데 이거 이제
결국 3대 2다. 그렇죠.
예, 11킬 5탄 일단 탈락.
그리고 결국에 알론소 테오도르의 그 시너지도 나오는 편인데 자 그러려면 상대방 기술을 진짜 야무지게 피해준 다음에 범이 돌아요.
자,
범이 돌아요. 범이 돌았고
데
아 이거 에너지 필드 제대로 깔아주면서 성남 낙수가 카운터 제대로
열차는 멈추지 않습니다.
네, 이러면 오메가가 이제 시작되기 직전에 밸류를 좀 많이 올렸어야 되는데 올린 팀들도 그렇지 않은 팀도 있습니다.
자, 여기서 왼손이 안쪽으로 파고 들면서 진영을 두 개를 톡톡히 시켰습니다. 결국 유니벨 다운이고요.
여기 선수가 그냥 매 팀을 다 했죠.
거의 기술을 가미로 모신다라는 게
지금도 아이템 밸류 보시면 알겠지만 아시안 시티의 주어 PH도 팬이잖아요. 그런데도 저렇게 그냥 더 바뀌었어. 아, 뒤에 맞았어요. 근데 맞긴
네,
했어요. 맞긴 했는데 양반무기 스킬 너무 좋았고. 자, 추가가 계속 에잇 다시 한번
너무 잘 됐어요.
자, 28 그리고 범선수 건재하고요.
근데
세레드 딜이
하지만 여기서
와우.
28 선수의 에어본이 범 선수를 살립니다.
기가 막힌 꼬리치기.
아, 무엇보다 더 부술 수 없는 덫이 깔려있는 위치가
열어주세요. 근데 그리고 이게 액티온이 예열하고 이게 들어갈 텐데 들어가다가 갑자기 브레이크 밟힐 수 있는
자, 그래서 일단 파란색 받았고
뒤쪽으로 잘 깔았어요.
그렇죠.
와니 서그남
그래서
너무 좋았고
지금
그런데 아파요. 이제는 그리고 들어오는 거 그냥 제대로 필때 한번 이렇게 해주면 되죠.
잘 막아냈고요.
와,
야, 여기서 액션 먼저
낙제!
타줍니다. 아니, 낙제는
아니 안전한 장소를 잘 빠르게 파악을 했네.
아, 이거 근데 퓨어엑스는 이전에 교전을 한번 했던 상황이라 쉽지 않고요.
뒤쪽에 이름을 발견한 것 같죠 아무래도. 근데 이거 운석 끼고도 이제 싸워야 되기 때문에. 자, 체력이 없는데요 로지너?
자, 이거 그래도 진호 쪽을 잘 빠졌고요. 아, 여기서 궁극기 활용해주면서 다시 한번 야넥에서 벗어납니다. 와, 자, 하지만 이번에는
아니 BNK
기다렸다가 뒤지겠어요. 아, 법선수 대단한 게 뭐냐면
손을 안 줬어요.
아, 이게 무슨 일인가요? 다민니킥과 더블.
아, 진짜 이거 예.
같이
네.
넘어가서 이거 마무리될 것 같습니다.
터미네이트입니다. 터미네이트.
와 이거 얀끼리 서로 한번 잘 뛰었거든요. 그래서 이 얀들끼리 지금 살짝 아파하고 있는데
오, 태균.
태경이 로지너를 딱 잡아내주고
덕분이 너무 좋았는데요?
이대 문장을 이겨내는 건 좀 어려워 보이는데요.
그렇죠,
와.
태균.
예.
이젠 다들 아시겠죠.
그렇죠. 전력 달리기를 원하는 테오도르 그리고 팀원들입니다.
자, 이거 왔는데 아이템을 맞췄어요! 자,
와.
결국 이렇게 서그남을 다운시키는 백승.
버니스가
네.
땅땅.
근데 생각보다 너무 잘 버티는데요. 그동안의
좋아, 좋아.
밸류가.
살려주고요.
야, 그동안의 밸류가. 마무리해.
압도적인 사거리를 이용해서 로지를 무력화시켜야 되고 그걸 방해하기 위해서 마이랑 얀이 진짜 해집어줘야 돼요.
자, 이발 장전이 되었고요. 궁극이 앞으로 빠져 있기 때문에 역으로 추적하기도 굉장히 편해집니다.
자 버니스가 땅땅.
자, 경기 과연 향 먼저 다운이 되었고요.
와 여기서 세드핸드. 세드핸드가. 와. 그리고 조합이요. 사실 마이가 저렇게 쫄장 막히고 버니스한테 비비면 딜이 안 막히긴 해요.
이게 파고들기 시작을 하는데 자 태궁의 얀이 일단 먼저 기절에 걸려버리는 바람에 좀 위험합니다.
많이 맞았는데 버티고는 있어요.
네, 자이 와중에 세드핸드
그 와중에 루미가 가시죠?
와,
와,
기절 너무 좋았고요.
자, 근데 살아야 돼요. 살아야 돼요. 마이 다운은 안 돼요.
자, 승전보고 받았습니다.
오토 왕즈예요, 이번 라운드.
본인들이
왔는데요?
기대를 받았던 그 피지컬을 보여주면서
내가 먹어주면서 카운터 피기가 워낙 들어가면 되고
깔려있는 것 같은데 이거 깔려있으면 뭔가 해야 되거든요.
피기가 막 많이 빠졌는데요.
시원하게 들어간 상황은 아닙니다만 블링크를 잘 빠져내줬고요. 하지만
저
그걸
딜비아가 딱-
펜시가 쫓아갑니다.
이거는 락스 입장에서도 특히 우리가 MSP도 빠졌고
네.
또 맞았어요. 이러면은 락스
장면까지 제거해 줬습니다.
상타 딜러들이 많아서 아이가 생각보다 잘 버틸 수 있고
하고 들어주는데요. 서로 딜러진들이 어마무시하게 달립니다. 자 여기서 라우라 안쪽으로 들어가면서 신호노벨을 노려줍니다. 제니 패시브 빠지고 있고요.
빠졌고요. 세드핸드가
그렇죠. 양쪽 마무리 되면은 세덴 선수가 남아있는 게 더 유리하고요.
레진자선은 이걸 이겨내기가
그렇죠.
네, 이렇게 오토한테 결국 마지막 싸움을
날 고통스럽게 해줘. 내가 필요한 거야? 기뻐. 이제 못 도망쳐. 울지 마. 고통을 낭비할 뿐이니까. 적어도 넌 편해질 수 있잖아? 영원히 함께 있자, 우리. 고마워. 너희들이 나를 선명하게 만들어줬어.
이제 돈 좀 벌어볼까? 좋아하는 걸 하면서 돈도 벌고 최고의 직업이잖아? 그쪽은 단골이 될 것 같은데 잘 생각해보고 판단한 거지? 오, 비즈니스를 감정적으로 하지 맙시다 우리. 응? 유감이지만 난 빼앗는 쪽이거든. 오리 누우니까 편하지? 다음은 네 차례야. 책임은 지고 가셔야지. 내 명함 받아가는 사람 중에 멀쩡한 사람이 몇이나 될 것 같아? 매번 감사합니다.
11의 결혼식 브이로그. 지금 바로 시작할게. 드레스 어때? 오늘을 위해 특별히 준비했어. 신부 입장. 아직 브이로그 안 끝났다고. 빰빰빰. 받아줄 거지. 와, 케이크가 더 커졌어. 예쁜 추억 많이 만들자. 저기 있어. 청첩장은 안 줬는데. 영원한 사랑을 맹세합니다. 11의 결혼식 브이로그 봐주셔서 감사합니다.
Welcome to the era of the AI PC, powered by the world's most advanced processor of its kind. Images come to life in an instant. Emails write themselves. Languages translate in real time. And with AMD Ryzen AI built in, you can create from anywhere. The unbelievably thin and light AI PC, advanced by AMD Ryzen AI. The biggest innovation in personal computing ever.
사람들에게 행복을 선물하고 싶어. 태어나서 연애해본 적 없으면 마법사가 된다고 하잖아. 마술사는 될 수 있더라고. 마술사 등장! 새 무대를 준비해볼까? 지금 필요한 건 웃음과 마술이야. 동정과 카드, 어느 쪽이 좋아? 비비디 바비디 붐! 말하는 대로 이루어져라! 나에게 필요한 건 실력보다 미소. 어우, 좀 이쁘라니까. 표정이 왜 그래? 여기야. 우리 비둘기가 자기가 당신보다 머리 좋을 것 같대. 어떤 카드가 좋아? 널 위해 준비했어. 토끼와 함께. 우리 비둘기가 살려달래. 폭력 반대. 웃어줘.
Hello, everybody. Good day. I hope your or not Monday. I hope your morning has been going good. My goodness, they both start with an M and an O. But no, that's not the case. It is the morning of a Saturday, which means we are back right now with the wild cards of the Eternal Return Masters Season 5 Phase 1. Hope all of you guys have had a wonderful Friday. But it's the beginning of a new day, which means it is the beginning of a new stage, which means it's the beginning of an Eternal Return Master stream. We are right here with you to watch it through it all. My name's Shuvi, and I got the super cool
I'm
guy
still
to the left.
superior.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm very excited today, Shuvi. It is going to be our top 6 for today. Unfortunately, our bottom 2 teams for each group got eliminated. But I think we have a very exciting set of games today. It's going to be 6 games. I think we will go into the formats, and I think the breakdown of how everything works again very shortly. But do you have any thoughts about the teams that did end up making it in, and then maybe the teams that unfortunately got eliminated yesterday?
I'm already seeing somebody that's going to be slightly disappointed in the chat. So basically, what ended up happening yesterday was definitely surprising with some of the teams that are making it specifically here into the wildcards. I will say that there was somebody who mentioned, well, we'll bring up the teams right up here on the screen. There was somebody yesterday in the chat that mentioned that, hey, these wildcard teams are kind of stacked, and you take a look at that, and you're absolutely right. Take a look at the list. Oh my goodness, there are so many good teams over here right now, and realistically speaking, you just kind of take a look at this list, and it looks incredible. Okay, for some reason, I think I mentioned some teams yesterday that wasn't in the wildcards. I think I may have looked at the wrong game for Group A. But here's the wildcard standing. Sorry about that. I got a couple things mixed up yesterday. We got Team Saber, Non-Responsible, Asher, and Sparkle Esports coming in from Group A yesterday. Chusi to BNK Fearex, High, and DHC&J coming from Group B yesterday as well.
Yeah, I mean, still a really good set of teams. I think the Lookout team, the underdog team is definitely not responsible. We haven't really seen any of these players, come out, but they had a really good showing yesterday, so I'm very excited to see, how they perform today. And yeah, I think you're right, because I think you did end up saying Mura Sejong didn't make it in, right?
Yeah.
So I actually thought the same, because earlier today when I was playing scrims with Jas, he was actually saying that MSJ made it in, but then I was saying he didn't, and then we were kind of confused. But it looks like they did end up making it in.
I guess we're the fake news. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, okay.
I made you a liar, Super. I sincerely apologize.
I had to double check myself, because I remember you saying that they were gonna play in the wildcards, but it looks like they're already through. I think on the other side, we did have. Which two teams made it in? I think it was Auto Arms, which is Sad Hands' team. I think they ended up placing first. I'm actually not too sure about the other team.
I'm blanking on the other team as well. Oh my goodness. But yesterday's set of games were really good, right? This is one of the reasons why it's kind of difficult for me to at least come up with a name right now, because outside of Auto Arms, who really had a heavy impact in Group B, a lot of the other teams, they had a really, really close run during the group stages yesterday, which really makes me excited about today specifically, because we are now pairing all of those teams into one lobby in the wildcard stages. You and I were talking about it yesterday. It's still going to be the same, where it almost feels as if it is a season finals lobby already in the wildcard standings.
Look at the predictions from the crowd. It looks like Non-Responsible, a team that just came out of nowhere. They got a pretty big fan base now, they came from kind of like the shadows, and yeah, they were definitely the favorite to win, because I think they did have a really strong performance despite them not making it into the top two. I think they were about like third or fourth, while having like a lot of kills, and I think they were one of the teams that were kind of shutting down some of the other top teams in their group.
Absolutely. It was one of the most stellar performances in Game 3 of Group A yesterday. Non-Responsible being able to take down multiple top-level teams, and they were just able to stand together at the end to make sure that the game itself was won, right? That's the big part about Team Non-Responsible. Really, 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 really impactful game yesterday during that specific game. Really incredible performances with the Adriana, the Dema, as well as I believe it was the Estelle. Their combinations were really good. I think the initiations were incredible. If we're able to see more of that here today, I think we are going to have a great series from Team Non-Responsible. But here we go, Super. We're going to send it straight into game number 1. No funny business here. We're going to go straight into it.
Yeah, let's see if we do have any bans and any kind of comp swaps from yesterday. But it looks like I think everyone is going to be staying on relatively the same pick. Actually, we do have another Rozzy pick, it looks like, coming out in the wildcards from a different player, and G-Work is going to be on his signature Lina.
Ooh, okay, this is going to be fun. I love the team dynamic of that roster right now. G-Work is one of those players who is always going to be looking for a flank on the Elena, one of the very rare players in Eternal Return Masters, at least when it comes to the competitive side, that plays the Elena as a flanker more so than an actual frontline tank. And then you have Yan and a Rozzy who is able to very much be self-sustainable by themselves. I think this is going to be an incredibly scary roster if you just let G-Work get the flank on his own. Yan's going to jump in, Rozzy's going to jump in, you're not even going to be able to pay attention to what's going on in the fight.
Yeah, this is a very similar team comp to the one that Auto Arms played yesterday, except they don't have, I think it was a Mai, but they have the Lina for the engage instead. So it's more of like a dive-esque type team comp. I know Mai has a lot more, peel, and that survivability with that exclusive. But I don't know if you saw, Shuvi, there are 3 Yans once again. So Yan is going to be off the table for game number 2. So it looks like, Yan, I mean, we see this character a lot in the competitive scene for the KR side. He is a really strong character if you are able to combo him well. He has a lot of CC. He's fairly tanky. He has a lot of sustain inbuilt healing in his kit. So it's not really too surprising, I would say, to see a character like Yan being banned, especially since there are a lot of prominent Yan players in Korea. Well, I'm gonna have to see, what these teams do end up swapping to.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think he was definitely one of the more, effective, I should say, characters that were played in the rosters yesterday. There were a lot, and absolutely those bans were rightfully so. In both of the lobbies, we had a couple of Yans coming in. Of course, in Group B, it was a little bit more prominent, as we did see him getting banned for games 1 and 3. We're going to see something like that today, where we might see him getting banned for games 1, 3, and 5. Games 2 and 4 in Group B were definitely a little bit of an outlier, I think, for these groups. A lot of the teams not really being able to come up with a sufficient enough of a substitute for Yan himself. Right, a lot of teams deciding to swap up their rosters almost entirely in response to the Yan getting banned himself might make this entire lobby very, very difficult to adjust to really quickly, when every other game you're having a completely different lobby dynamic compared to before.
Yeah, like I wonder if KCW is gonna go back to that.
Oh boy.
I think they're on the Carla, right? Yep. They swapped the Carla, so their comp, completely shifted from a double melee to a lead island solo frontline and then a double backline. So, yeah, I think Yan getting banned is definitely going to be a little tough for some of these teams to maybe kind of adjust to. But I'm sure, we saw Bum yesterday on that Amphiora. I think Amphiora definitely, kind of paid dividends for their team. They got a lot of kills. They're able to be, a lot more aggressive and able to find these picks. But it looks like we're hold the phone here. We're actually going to have an early game pick as well from Team DHC and J. But the Felix trying to get in. They're actually going to blink on forward. They are going to take down KCW, but they are going to pay their price for that. And I think the Priya is going to get ulted by the Dylan, a beautiful striking Tiger, and they will actually lose, I think, 3 kills actually. It looks like another kill got rotated over into the hands of DHC and J. High Blaster gonna try looking for Babo. Ooh, a great coming out from them. And another kill going over to DHC and J. That's gonna be 4 kills fed on over to that team from, I think, just Team High themselves. They just kept respawning back in that same zone. And DHC and J just gonna reap all the rewards for that.
This is an incredible start for DHC and J. We saw them yesterday in one of their games getting a lot of early kills. They were actually able to snowball that into a lot of picks, a lot of individual team fights. This could be the start of an incredible game number 1. We know DHC and J is one of those teams that really move off of the tempo of the early game. Considering the composition they have, yeah, absolutely they need to get that early game. Lulung, Heli tech stat was just cancelled. I believe it was the charm coming from the ERM. E8 able to get this kill, able to secure that lockdown, and nicely done. Everybody else just slowly moving on through. I would say that this is a bit of a slower pace game compared to what we were seeing yesterday, but there's a lot of people looking for some kills. Xenophine trying to close in on towards Lily. Maybe the wrong route's been taken. The cube should be coming up in a moment, but Lily's not going to take it.
Yeah, Lily's still only on green shoes here. Gonna be able to finish that. I think just getting that last item. Xenophine gonna get the red cube here. We're gonna try to find an angle onto Lily. Yeah, as Xenophine's teammates are they are not grouped up here, so I guess they're just gonna be split farming, as DHC and J are actually gonna get engaged on by FearX. They're actually gonna trade 1 for 1 here. E8 does end up going down in the backline to KCW and Babo. KCW gonna look for an angle. Rosner dash ends up going wide here, but it does end up turning onto KCW. The Yans are kind of trading. Good knock up from KCW as a trade as well. So now it is going to be down to a 1v1 between the Emma and the Suo. Are they going to take this fight here? Looks like Rosner. All the bodies are actually going to explode here, but the respawn here coming out from E8 is going to be first, as E8 did end up falling a long time ago. And yeah, Babo just going to get on out of there. DC and J, they trade 2 kills, and they're on 7 field kills already on night 1.
This is extremely fast-paced for that team. Of course, it is still really early game, so when it comes to weapon mastery, it's not going to be insanely beneficial as something like, let's say, a 15-minute fight where you're getting all of these kills. But again, this is one of those early phase pass games that Team DHCNJ really wants to get, and it happens right before the objectives. Look at all of these fights happening right now. These teams trying to control their individual objectives. Inside of Hotel, Team Saber trying to fight it out up against Team High. In Police Station, Team BNK Fearex, we got Team NRS non-responsible, and the third party that's popping in. Priya goes down. Hikasi is dead. How many teams are we seeing on 2 screens right now? It is absolutely insane. Down goes one on the left side. Cenifine is dead. Shinonome getting chased down by Rosner. I don't think this Jenny has enough damage right now. But Sebi
early game damage.
They're trying.
Yeah, Jenny early game damage is way too low. When you don't have any items, you know, it's really hard for Jenny to really do any meaningful damage there. So it looks like BNK Fearex is gonna be able to claim one for themselves. Sebi gonna try to get out of here, but I think they will end up falling here shortly. Gonna get some dashes off. Gonna get the 3-man knock-up, force field proc as well. Maybe actually Sebi can get one, but yeah, the form is gone. Bat skilled into the wall, and they are gonna fall there.
It's not even the fact that it was too early in the game for the Ekyan. Well, it kind of is, but it's just the fact that he doesn't have his weapon mastery. I actually think that there was a possibility he could have at least gotten one more kill if he had a reset on his weapon skill, but of course that's not going to happen. What, 10 minutes into the game? It's a little. It
is really early as well, so he doesn't have that burn from that weapon.
Yes, that's true.
Combo. I think if he did end up having it, I think there was a possibility he would have been able to maybe kill one here. But ooh, a great CC combo there from the Alonso, going to be able to lock down KCW. A lot of damage on the backline here. Is Curry going to be able to find anything? I think Curry kind of got stuck on that wall. Maybe he was debating on jumping on over there, but ended up not taking it. KCW does end up finding an angle back onto Satin. Satin ending up dashing away though, peeling back here. Great throw skill to deny any more pressure, and I think it will be the lead Ellen fallen here. I think the Emma does end up taking one, so it will be a 2-for-1 trade over to the side of DHCNJ, and they already have 7 kills. You know, you would take that any day of the week if you are, you know, I would say for the team DHCNJ, just because, you know, they're playing such an aggressive team comp. They just want to get as many kills as possible, I think. Usually, you know, it's really hard for them to, you know, secure these wins, but, you know, if they're getting all these kills, you know, they're getting these points so they can qualify for it tomorrow.
100%. If anything, I really appreciate the fact that they are playing this aggressively, despite the fact that in the situation just now in school, you saw KCW sitting at around, what, a fifth of his HP, and he was still looking for an angle, managed to find it onto the Adriana, which of course in the end did lead directly into a kill. Whereas Sebi on the flip side, he's trying to get out. He probably will be able to. There's a White Lily. Yeah. Bye-bye, Ekyan. We saw that yesterday. We'll see that more and more as Sebi plays in the season.
Yeah, the Ekyan just, you know, able to get all those resets, going to be able to get away here. Is going to get the fully formed gauge here and going to send it right onto the Razi here, but the Razi is able to kite back so well. The team fight is kind of split here. Sebi going to take a lot of their damage down to half HP, as it looks like the full disengage is going to be called on the side of G-Work. They got the Alpha, they got that Mithril, and they won the Battle Zone, it looks like, in Cemetery, as they will walk back, and their timers aren't ticking. So a great pickup for Team Asher, going to get those 2 transitions for themselves there, and they're going to be looking in a pretty comfortable position.
Massive benefits coming through for Team Asher, but on the flip side, BNK Fearex, we saw it on the split screen. We lost 2 members of BNK Fearex, as it's going to be the Yan and the Sua falling down for that side. Fortunately, somewhere around the map, they just didn't really have that good of a fight.
Completely split here.
Team Saber, they just kind of walked into this. Although, holy crap, KCW just gets obliterated. DHCNJ, they're just not having it in archery range. I thought they were going to at least be able to kill Satan, because he used a fire escape straight across the bush. But no, I don't think the Dailin was anywhere close to the fight. It was just a flat-out 2v3, and the Yang got instantly obliterated, whereas on the side of Hospital, the fight is going to begin with G-Work looking for the flank. He's got it so far onto the haze, but really nice cover coming through from the Felix. The Shadow Stab is good, but he does pay his life for it. Hikasi, without the White Lily, I don't really know if this Priya stays alive. Absolutely not. Will go down 2-for-0 in favor of Team Asher.
Yeah, it was a great peel there from Felix. Great attempt, you know, getting that double Shadow Stab, like you said, to peel them back. But I think it just made Asher focus their attention onto the Felix, and they instantly kill him there. Satin is gonna get focused down here. Great find from both the Dylan and the Yon, but the Yon actually tries to send it on forward there, but completely whiffs. So KCW will end up paying the price for it as well, and it will be Saber coming out on top there. I think a miscommunication there from the Yon, or just unfortunate misinput. I think they ended up missing that re-engage. Ooh, Bob getting a nice double knock up onto Lily here. Are they gonna be able to find the angle? He gets knocked up again, and he does end up finding Lily, and it's gonna come down to a 2v2 here. Can Rosner do this? So it does have a lot of inbuilt healing. Can probably solo the Dema here, as they actually end up turning their attention onto the Estelle. Dema coming back in, but I don't think they have enough heal cut here. As Yasuo is just gonna be able to out-sustain them. Oh, the plant is popped. Oh, and it's gonna be non-responsible. I think they're gonna get wiped here. But BNK Fearx, they do end up losing a member, as a third party from Team High does end up claiming bomb.
That is so brutal. I mean, it was a really, really good fight taken from Team Non-Responsible. They just don't have the damage, especially without the Adriana to actually chunk through the Sua just yet. Quite frankly, that team actually has a really tough time dealing with Sua, because they don't really have the single target focus fire damage without Adriana's cocktail parties. And I don't know if you remember from yesterday's Super, but I did talk about how Lily tends to play that character. Shoots out everything at the start. On the flip side, Curry gets absolutely obliterated by Fana. Satin goes down as well. We're seeing an Alonzo trying to waddle away. Is he going to be able to do so?
The blast wave is there.
Beautiful
and
shot.
That's going to be it. Yeah.
Yep. We've seen this time and time again. Alonzo, yeah, you can waddle away as much as you want, buddy, but you're not getting out. That is going to be Team Saber eliminated. It's going to be Sparkle Esports to knock that down. 3-0.
Yeah, 2 teams already eliminated off the map. And it's only day 3, so it's going to open up the map a lot more for these teams to maybe play around. It's not going to be, or these teams aren't going to be really choked out anymore. But yeah, earlier in the fight, you're talking about Team Non-Responsible, and I definitely do agree. I do think they need that Adriana, they need that defense shred, on that Sua to kind of focus her down. Or I don't think they have enough damage, as the healing coming out, from those Don Quixotes, I think is just a little too much for a Dema and the Estelle to kind of take down. So yeah, it was really nicely played by BNK Fearx to kind of recognize that, and they ended up winning that 2v2 for themselves.
Exactly. Dema's good, but she's not that good. She's not enough usually at this stage in the game to be able to just flat out 1v1 a Sua. And quite frankly, especially within the Estelle round, the fight gets even more extended, and you know personally about how Sua tends to deal with these extended fight situations. She's pretty good at that from what I hear. Alright, here we go. Fight over a purple box between Team Chuseed as well as DHC&J. The items are at an advantage most likely for DHC&J right now. They're trying to push their lead, but my goodness, Sebi is just so tanky sitting up in the front lines at the moment. They will just have to back away.
Ooh, they get a flare gun.
Ooh,
yeah,
pretty good. Tree of Life down on the ground as well.
They do have this rare red flare gun that they are gonna pop here. I think they have a lot of slots open, so this could be a really big transition. But Shinome, I don't know if you saw his items, he's already fully kitted out, full gold. Maybe a red shoes could end up helping them. I think they can probably hit like maybe a prominence for the Ekion as well, but I don't really know how big of an upgrade it will be. I mean, I guess they go with taproots as well. Like if they hit taproots for that Lenny, like it could be pretty good. So they do have a lot of slots open here. Let's see what they get. It's going to be dropping in about 5 seconds.
If it's red shoes, you can actually put it on the Ekion right now as well.
Oh yeah.
Because he's probably sitting on, if I had to think, the EOD boots. I know
he's on hiking boots, I think. Alright, let's see. What do they get? They got blood ground. That is the worst. That is the worst one. I don't think they could use it.
Especially not Shinonome, right? Shinonome would probably by far be the only one that can use it, but he already has.
Is it even better than Racing Helm?
No,
I don't even think it is.
Absolutely not, because a Photon Cannon, you really want that as a Jenny.
Yeah, and then the Ekion can't really use it either because he's on tank. He's on that Dwarf helmet, so it's just a dead item for them. A little unfortunate. Oh, great ultimate out from the Dialer. There isn't a full disengage. Gonna drop the Yon ult as well. Jirik gonna try looking for an angle, but gonna use up all their gauge, so no more chase over there. Do have Sparkle Esports. Maybe gonna be able to find Team DHC&J that's completely split off here. Look at the items on Song Hrong. Song Hrong is already sitting on that chaser. Scarlet on full items as well. They are looking really strong here. Probably gonna contest the wick line coming in either school or forest. I would be surprised if he didn't. And DHC&J on the other hand, the dial in only on 2 items. ain't looking too good for himself and the Yon. So, originally you're saying they had a lot of items, but they are kind of poor.
What is going on with that team? I thought they had a lot of really good transitions. I mean, the credit count doesn't seem to be that high, and now they're being forced to fight up against Team Asher again. Tetragon's already down, so that's not going to be a utility they can use. G-Word just gets a double Quake for fun. Bexu is in such big trouble. He's going to get taken down all the way up in the air. Char trying to chase people in, but it's not going to happen. Another fight in school. Ikasi's already taken down on the ground. We're going to see NCMB just completely booking it. He does not want any part of this right now. That's Bin, not NCMB. My goodness, there's so many Felixes this weekend too. But wow, that is disappointing for Team High. I mean, they're already sitting on the transition for Haze, just not enough damage to deal with it right now.
Yeah, maybe the fight got split there, and then it was a little hard for them to play out. But yeah, Team Asher, G-Word just finding that angle in. I think they recognize the HC&J. They don't really have any items. We could just full send it here, and they didn't pulling that trigger. They were able to get a nice pick. They got that dial in, so another minus 250 for the HC&J, which is really unfortunate because they are set pretty far behind already. But it looks like Team Asher is going to start off the wick line, but DHC&J is here for the third party. Asher going to try to full disengage here because they don't want anything to do with the other team above them. They do recognize that there is another team, and it's going to be DHC&J. They're just going to get the wick line for free. Is Dekian going to be able to steal it away? No, and yeah, DHC&J, they get these items from this wick, and they're probably back into the game here.
Hopefully so. This is a team that does really love to use the wick line buff, especially, right? We've seen a lot of teams, especially yesterday, even Chuseed had a little bit of a tough time trying to actually utilize the duration of the wick line buff. Couldn't get a single kill out of it during the entire time, and then actually instead, they ended up losing.
Oh my god, how did Sungkaran get 2 bloods? This guy's on 3 bloods now.
He's on 3 bloods. Oh my god! It's the curse again. Wick line just does not help.
Is instantly dead. Holy moly. Oh, Fada though, completely split from his team. Gonna get engaged on by Sebi. Are they gonna be able to find an angle? Fada gonna jump away. Looks like Scarlet now is the one completely isolated. Forced to pop the totem here. Is the ultimate gonna connect? It's actually not gonna be a little too early, but Scarlet forced to blink on forward. They're gonna be able to get Seraphine here. And a lot of damage from Strong. Scarlet's still alive, just able to get away and gonna change on over the wall. So a great play from Sparkle Esports, able to completely split the team. Gonna be able to get that pick onto that Lenny as well, and they're gonna be able to regroup here back in Hotel.
The res on towards DHC&J did happen as well. They're all 3 strong now. Shinonome gonna get taken down too. What a great play from Team Sparkle Esports. There's another fight happening inside a cemetery in Chapel at the moment. Down goes Rosner to the ground. E8 trying to do whatever he can. Bum doing the same thing, but the health bars on the side of Team High is a little bit too good. Hikasi, he's just eating the entire arsenal of Bum. He just doesn't care right now. Down goes the Yan. Absolutely incredible. Just running circles around the martial artist. This is incredible of a game already. This is only game 1, man. What?
Yeah, I think the shielding coming out from Misaki is a lot, is too much for that team to handle here. High on full retreat here. I don't think they have the cooldowns. They do have the Echoes of the Dirt. Are they going to pop it? They do. Doesn't end up connecting though, as Hisaki will end up falling. Unfortunate third party for Team High. They just had a really good team fight into BNKPX, but they will be losing a member here. Is DHC&J going to send it on to Seraphine? Seraphine going to be able to jump over the wall. Perfect disengage. Sebi gonna use their ultimates.
Their timer.
Look at the timers though. Saber, Sebi isn't actually gonna be able to go onto the top side here, but actually just gonna look to send it back in. As I think DHC&J, we saw their items. They're not looking too good. They did end up getting the wick line though, but it's not gonna be enough. Look, they still barely have any items to their name.
Yeah, the Necronomicon coming through for the Emma, but it's not really going to provide a massive amount of additional damage that I think the Emma is going to need right now. She needs more armor penetration at this point. She's getting some really good damage in, but getting really good damage in isn't going to do you any good if the rest of your team can't actually follow up on it right now. She's landing a lot of really nice double dove dealers and hat tricks, but it's not really meaningful if you can't get the kills, if you can't lock anyone down. Sebi, on the other hand, he's got the items. His team's definitely got the items, but he's taking
spin trap!
Oh my god! The full-on combo coming in from Shinonome and Seraphine, but they're the ones going to take it down instead. What is going on right now? Jenny is in full-scale retreat. She has 3 seconds. She's going to pop. Sebi goes down. There goes Shinonome. The entirety of Chuseed. What just happened? They're just gone. What?
that was such a good look with the Echoes of the Earth. It's just such a nice tool to completely disengage, you know, a full dive and a full follow-up. And I think that's exactly what happened. I think Chuseat, they thought they had, you know, the full wombo combo there, but the Echoes of the Earth just completely locked down the team of Team Chuseat. And then the third party, the HCNJ, going to be able to reap all the rewards. I think they had that console at the very end there. They saw everything that was happening at the bottom forest, and they just came. They just took everything.
And these kind of games right here are exactly where Sparkle Esports and DHCNJ thrive. Of course, when it comes to the items, DHCNJ not exactly in the greatest of spots, but Sparkle Esports on the flip side, we've seen this. It's the complete polar opposite of what we saw from them yesterday, and now Team DHCNJ forced to fight Team Asher once again. They're going to try to get the damage down, but it's a complete split. This Dylan cannot deal with this Rozzy any longer. She's going to have to invest a Striking Tiger out, fight resets, but Team Asher with full control of Chapel.
Yeah, Rozzy gonna be able to completely negate the Dylan's engage. I think the Dylan tried to blink on forward, tried to look for the Rozzy, but the Rozzy just gonna spring vault on over her, and it's really not much Dylan can really do into a Rozzy. Rozzy able to kite it out so well into these melee characters, who I do like. That's the Rozzy there did end up using the White Lily, so no good flank angle is gonna come for DHCNJ, but E8 just chilling in this bush. He's going to be able to wreak havoc into this final zone here. Maybe going to be able to choose a winner. I think he does end up getting sniffed out by KCW. KCW actually forces ultimate onto the ERM. So no Yan ult for this final fight here.
This is so bad.
That is not good. And it looks like it's going to be the Dylan. Going to be completely isolated in the final zone there. And Asher's just going to take him down. Great timing there for G-Work to get that combo onto Bebo. Bebo's not going to be able to get on out of there. And it will be KCW shortly falling soon after. They do end up getting the kill though. I think they did end up getting that E8 kill, but at what cost?
Yeah, KCW, he absolutely knows what's gonna happen for the remainder of this game. Down he goes to the ground. I think it was a little bit miscommunicated on what Pixu wanted to do and what Pubba KCW wanted.
My guess is maybe they just thought, you know, the item difference was too big. Let's just try claiming, you know, one extra kill and one extra placement, because I think, yeah, I think it's like a really tall task for them to you know, beat Asher. I think at that point. So wait, G-Work actually TP'd on over into Hotel. I think they tried to doing that play when you get that when you do get that Chapel temporary zone, is you can instantly TP on over into the next zone there. But
I'm surprised they didn't TP straight into Forest, because they would have had a really nice timing, even if the triple range would have had a little bit of the initial slide.
Yeah, now they have to play into a Celine, Emma, and a Chloe here. Ooh, but I do like this angle from G-Work. He's gonna go for the flank. They do have a ward behind them.
They're trying to force
it. They see G-Work on the flank here. They're just gonna instantly force it. They're gonna kill Pied. Very nice recognition from Team Sparkle Esports to just instantly turn onto the two members on the front side. That's kind of what you have to do when, you know, one of the players is going for that flank, because you do have that man advantage. And yeah, Sparkle Esports just instantly able to recognize that. They're gonna quickly kill G-Work here, probably in this CC combo. But again, a great ultimate there coming out from G-Work.
Wait a second!
Wait a second! Yes, he does end up killing two. G-Work, oh, he's only on 1 HP though. I don't think he's gonna be able to close this out. And Nina is just gonna finish him off.
Dude, why is Rozzy so stylish this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, Rozzy just showing up here for ERM Phase 1, and yeah, I mean, it was a good look there. Great turn. Almost got that 2v3, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, that's really brutal for Team Asher. But in the end, Char at least recovering it a little bit. 2 kills in exchange for the 3, as well as the lost first place. You'll take that as Team Asher. It's a pretty solid start for game number 1, right? I mean, we still have 5 more games to go after that one. I'll take a 10 kill second place game any time of the day when it comes to a series like this in game number 1. But on the flip side, Sparkle Esports, again, this is the kind of games where they exactly thrive at. This is exactly what we saw from them towards the end of Season 4, where they play a very relatively slow early game, make it all the way to the late game, and when there is so much chaos, they just thrive with the triple backline composition, the amount of damage, the amount of sustain that is really weird because of the Chloe coming into the fray. It is so easy for them to just pick off players one after another as soon as some kind of nonsense begins to happen in and around the map.
Yeah, considering it's a 2v3 at the end there, Team Asher, they almost got that it was a really good look. They got 2 kills, so I mean, you would take that any day. But Sparkle Esports, they display that so well. Having that recognition, seeing G-Work, going for that flank angle. I think they had that ward behind them, so they were able to see him and just instantly send it on that Yawn. Yeah, I mean, Sparkle Esports coming out on top. I think they got about 13 kills, so they're definitely going to be sitting in a comfortable spot. Asher, not too far behind them. I think they had a lot of kills as well. So yeah, great first game from some of these teams. I think they're going to be really happy with their performance. They only have the top 4 for today, so there's definitely a lot of leeway. I would say for some of these teams.
And I kind of
yeah.
want to, what is it? I kind of want to hop on the thing that you were talking about where Team Sparkle Esports ended up just kind of brute forcing it after they saw G-Work. I'm going to carry on something that I was talking about yesterday. I think the macro decision making from some of these teams have been spectacular already for the first 2 days of ERM we've seen so far this season. Even yesterday, a lot of teams really getting away with their lives from some of these third parties, maybe with a member or 2 alive, but that is still your team alive. That is absolutely incredible to deal with, especially when you're dealing with third party at this stage of caliber. Getting away with a player or 2 is still an incredible feat in and of itself, and that all really comes down to the fact that these teams are really on point with the decision making they do during a fight itself. Even for Sparkle Esports just now, a lot of teams really falter when they see G-Work flanking like that, but Sparkle Esports knows exactly what the reaction is supposed to be. They see the Yan completely mispositioned in the corner of the map, they just jump on him completely. I love it.
Yeah, well, let's go into our standings here. We do have Sparkle Esports coming out on top with 21 points. So a lot of points to actually go around for this round. A lot of kills. Then we have 3 teams in double-digit kills. We have BNK Fierce with 9 and High and 7. A lot of double-digit points, 15. So yeah, DHC and J and Team Ash are going to be tied for second with 15 points. BNK Fierce in fourth with 11. And Team High in fifth with 10. Saber in 6th with 6, Non-Responsible in 7th with 3, and Choose Seat, unfortunately, didn't get any kills that game, so they only have 1 point. But, yeah, like you were saying about macro, I'm actually kind of impressed by the micro as well. Like you said earlier, with, these Rozzies being really flashy. G-Work's team, Team Asher being almost able to turn around there in a 2v3. G-Work hitting that great 2-man ultimates, and then the Rozzie able to follow up. They almost had it. I think they just needed, a tiny bit more HP, or they just needed to maybe not take, as much damage there. G-Work trying to go back in there on 1 HP, but unfortunately, Nina just able to finish him off. It was really close, despite them, losing a full member early on. So, yeah, I think these teams are just playing really, really well.
Just might be the weekend of the Rozzies, though, man. After this one, the Bonjaro might be looking at that character and saying, we haven't really touched up on her in a while. Maybe just a couple of number tweaks here and there could happen. But I don't know. Either way, I think it's just that they're playing well. I can't really say anything about it. Rozzie is always a character that you really need intensive micro on. You just mentioned it yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Micro is spectacular this weekend as well. We're seeing pretty much both sides of the coin from all of these teams. Macro is amazing, micro is amazing, and we're only at the beginning of Eternal Return Masters for Season 5. All I can say is I'm just excited to see what we can actually witness, how these teams can even further improve from what we are already seeing this weekend for the rest of the season itself.
Yeah, I'm just happy to see, these really high skill ADCs being played in the Masters, right? Like Rozzie, we had William, I think, yesterday as well. It's just such a treat to watch, these ADCs kind of weave in and out of these fights and just able to, sort of rip apart, these other teams. So, yeah, I'm definitely excited to see, if, their team does end up, sticking with the Rozzie pick. I think they did have a good game, so I hope they do. And yeah, I mean, for the finals too, we're gonna see Sad Hands back with. I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna be playing that Rozzie because when they did end up pivoting to that Rozzie, they did end up having their good performances.
Yeah, if anything, the thing that might be blocking them from playing their actual composition is going to be Yam bans that we've seen consistently throughout the weekend so far.
Oh yeah.
Well, we'll see if any of our Yam players are actually going to be able to make it through into the finals, at least for today. The less there are, the better it is for Team Auto Arms, of course, because it's going to mean that Taekyung is going to be on his most comfortable character that we've seen him time and time again, as the unsung hero of so many notable plays we've seen in the past of Eternal Return Masters. We Probably farm up a couple clips yesterday even of Taekyung setting things up for Sadham. We saw one inside a pond. Just incredible plays coming from the Yan. A lot of Yans today are going to have to step up because, man, to match the performance of Taekyung, they have a lot to work for.
But speaking about the Yan is going to be banned for game number 2. So we have to see, what these teams do end up swapping to. I wonder if KCW will end up going back to that Carla, or maybe they're going to play that Nikki that, we saw time and time again. Here is the select screen here. We're going to have to see what these teams swap to. Bomb going to be on that William. Oh my god. So they're playing a double backline with the Sua solo frontline here. That William, able to do so much damage, and we know William is pretty strong ADC on dispatch. Pied covering that Amp Fiora. Maybe we might get this Fiora pick instead of the Yan. And they're actually gonna completely swap their team comp here as Asher, or as G-Work is gonna swap one over to that Haze.
This is a pretty classic, I think, G-Work Pied pick. Char sitting on the Mai is not something that I would have really anticipated, but I think it really melds well with G-Work and Pied's picks at the moment. It's going to be really nice to actually have the assistance of the Mai sitting up in the front lines. This
KCW is on Alina.
I think this is a way better pick for DHC and J. It's going to completely ramp down their aggressiveness, but on the flip side, yesterday KCW just didn't really seem all too comfortable, if I'm going to be honest with you, with the Carla. His shackling anchors were definitely mispositioned. I don't think I really ever saw anybody getting pulled back by it, which means this Elena pick, while it does again lower their aggression levels because their overall damage is going to be a little bit lower than what you would normally expect coming out from DHC and J, it's a lot more of a safer pick that allows them to kind of take what happened in game number 1 and just move it, transition that straight into game number 3.
Yeah, no, I agree. I wasn't really too impressed of the Carla pick yesterday, but I do think the Selena probably fits their team comp a little more nicely here, as both the Dylan and the Amma can play off the Selena freeze. Selena's gonna be able to engage first, and then maybe the Dylan can follow up. So kind of excited to see how this Alina pick is going to change up their team comp here. Maybe how they play differently. Are they gonna play more dive-esque, or are they gonna play a little more slow with this tank?
We will take a look. Game 2 is underway now. You guys can see the leaderboard on the right if you missed that just now when it was showing up. Team Chuseat sitting on 0 kills at the moment, but they end up getting 1 placement point. Again, I mean, we saw them just kind of getting ripped apart towards the later stages of the game. Sebi being able to tank a lot of things, but the damage just isn't there today from this team. And that kind of comes from the entirety of Season 4. We talked about this yesterday, but this team was so successful that almost maybe a patch or two after a weekend where they just dominated the lobby, all 3 characters got nerfed at once. It's almost a thing that they set up by themselves just because of how much of a dominant performance they had. It's all kudos to them, but at the same time, it's definitely hurting them in Season 5 because not that many reverts happen despite all those nerfs happening in Season 4.
Well, I mean, we did have I think Jenny was pretty strong at the start of the season, but then she did end up getting nerfed again because, Jenny...
They reverted the revert.
yeah. Jenny's always a character that has a strong showing, but then if she's too strong, like in competitive, she's like really hard to play into. So they kind of have to keep a tight I guess lock on the character here. But I think Saber actually gonna lose 2 members. Rio just gonna respawn and straight back in. Hai going to use their totem, or sorry, the Priya gonna use their totem, and yeah, looks like both members are going to just get on out of there. They're going to trade, I think, 2 kills apiece. Team High getting 2 field kills. Same with Team Saber. On the other side, we do have Team Sparkle Esports going to lose Fauna there to Team DHC and J. So it looks like the Selena pick is working out for them. They got 2 kills already. The fight is going to start once again between these 2 teams. Who's going to be able to get the kills here? Will it be the Rio? They do get the extra auto at the very end there, and Felix will end up going down. So Team Saber picking up yet another kill, and their builds, they're not done yet.
Yeah, I don't think Bin was done either. I saw him crafting after the initial fight ended. While the Priya was going into Totem, he was actually building something on the opposite side of the bush. There's a lot of people that are trying to fight, or at least get the team fights in before their builds are done. This is something that we saw yesterday, and I think something that we've seen a lot in Season 5 already, where teams that are already grouped up will just decide to send it. On the flip side, Sparkle Esports gonna lose Faunus. Hong Harang should fall in just a moment. He's not getting away from a Felix most likely, unless the damage is there. No, the shield. The shield is not going to allow him to get the kill. Down goes 2 from Sparkle Esports. It's going to be another player falling down. The Shinonome also taking the fall. Team Chuseat just not grouped up yet. But this is also something that we've seen Team Chuseat doing a lot during Season 4, where they just completely split apart. Get the farm early on. We've even seen the Lenny staying by themselves for the majority of early game in game number 1. Not too big of a surprise. It's just night number 2. Night number 1.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of teams just split farming here, trying to get as much farm as possible on the map. I think this is what you usually see, you know, early game in, high elo for KR. I think what usually happens is if you do end up dying early, usually you split off from your team because you do have, full vision of the map with the respawn. So you try to just maybe go to a zone that's free to get, that extra farm, those extra credits. G-Work completely isolated from his team, gonna follow as well. So a lot of kills going around this game, as we have some teams that are grouped up and some teams that are kind of split to get as much farm as possible here, because obviously you want to be as strong as possible for the first objective coming up here. Ideally, you'd want to be level 10.
Yeah, this is a bit of a pick fiesta for game number 2. Same thing's gonna happen.
Yeah, another one. Here we go.
Not going to be able to get out of this one. NXA is actually opting to
they actually TP in. Wait,
they can turn here. Completely isolated. There is the exclusive. Lily on the flip side will get taken down. Nice return kill coming through for the rest of the members of Team Non-Responsible. G-Work is isolated. He's not going to be able to get away from this one. He does have the blink. There is the Twins just coming in. I love the fact that NXA is just backing away, but the communication just isn't there between the two. And now they're forced into a fight. The ultimate is going to come through. NXA trying to jump in. Helitax stat is invested, so no additional shield remaining for the Estelle. They're trying to jump on in. Damage coming through from NXA is good. Down goes to Felix. Nice. Char now completely isolated. He's going to try to get away, but look at this. Team Chuseat on the south side, they're trying to pick up a couple of additional kills. They saw the radar. Mai's in a whole heap of trouble. Is she going to get taken down is a question. NXA joins the fray again, and now it's a third-party fiesta.
Yeah, Chuseat just gonna reap all the rewards here, but Sebi gonna take a lot of damage from that Adriana and the percent damage. Oh my god, a double knockup coming in from Team Chuseat to try to turn it onto the demo, and they will be able to get them down there. And yeah, Chuseat gonna be able to get this third party. They got the tree in cemetery and they walked down because the two teams were fighting down here. They saw on the satellite scan, and they do get this meteor for themselves as well. So they're gonna be sitting a really nice spot here. E8 gonna instantly fall here. Bomb gonna try to do any type of damage, but it's gonna be completely denied. And it will be BNK Felix gonna lose 2 members, and they will have to walk away.
I was definitely optimistic from Bomb. We saw an example yesterday where Ramatic was able to use the signature fireball, get the baseball across the wall. He managed to do that, but he didn't leave one for himself to get away from the wall again. Once he decided to slide into the first baseball, he was locked into school. He was not getting out of that one. E8 on top of it, getting jumped on pretty early, not tanky enough to actually sustain the full-on damage output from DHCNJ. This is, again, as I said, it's pretty much what you want to see from that specific style of roster. Make sure that the Dylan actually has your utility left by allowing the Elena to initiate. We know Pixu is really good at getting the burst damage in at the start of the fight, and now it's round 2 between Team Non-Responsible and Team
Oh my god, that Ekian is just in there getting all that burn damage from the ultimate and probably from the Black Mamba weapon, and yeah, will be a nice clean kill from Team Chuseat. Just going to be able to pick off that demo, and Non-Responsible going to be forced to back on away there. I think that will mean that Team Chuseat is going to be able to get that objective as well. Brosnan actually going to blink on forward. They're going to find the back line, going to get the stun onto Celine. Curry forced into the corner here, and Bomb is just going to be able to execute him. And it is going to be Team Saber gonna be in the mix of a third party, as the Celine is just sitting in the store at the top there to try to prevent his team from getting wiped. But here is the re-engage from Team Firax. Are they going to be able to get any of the members from Team DHCNJ. Team DHCNJ is completely on the retreat here, but they are going to turn onto the Suwa. Will they be able to kill the Suwa? The Suwa is able to live for so long. The Ironclad did end up blocking, but the change from the Emma is going to be able to knock them down, and they will trade 1 for 1. And DHCNJ will end up falling here. But wait a second. Under the noses of both teams, San is going to take that Mithril, but he's going to get found out.
Yeah, he's not getting out of this one alive, man. The White Lily hanging
Wait,
around. Satan's trying to mind game as
Craft
much
it,
as
Satan.
possible. Pexu, oh my
Craft
god,
it.
everybody's just piling on in. He's so dead. Down he goes.
Wait, they're going to
Nobody
chase though. Maybe
knows.
Saturn can drop the... Yeah, maybe Saturn can drop the Mithril.
No way. Are they still going to be able to lock it down? All of his teammates are way too far away to know about this.
He could... Oh, no, Bum's coming back. Bum's going back.
Ah, they're gonna get it. Yeah, the Mithril's gonna come back. What the heck is that Hyperloop, Bubba? He's gonna try to change away, trying to mind game.
Maybe they
a
could
little
look to
bit.
turn here. Ooh, good dodges. Good
Remember, Bum's out
totem
here?
as well on the Suwa Q. And the
Oh
third party's
my
here as
God.
well, and yeah, they just kill Rosner. A really great turn, really great recognition that, you know, it is a 3v2. But Dasu will end up falling here, I think, very shortly to team high. But another kill. DHCNJ already on 8 field kills. Once again, this game, they're just farming kills. And we're gonna have to see if they're gonna be able to convert this into, you know, a win.
BNK Furex on the other hand, they have 6 kills, but look at the amount of credits all of the players have at the moment. No
Yeah, they need to get their buy
transitions.
here.
Yeah, built up for the William. He can't really do anything with the Mithril either. I don't think there's any really big transition.
You like Twilight, I think.
I guess. I know there's
I've
a
seen
specific
build
set.
Twilight. I mean, yeah, we'll see. They're probably just gonna drop the Mithril to their ally if they can't use it. It's still in their inventory, so they're probably not gonna be able to craft it here. Do have Team Sparkle Esports going to grab this tree for themselves as Team 2C just not gonna be able to contest them.
I suppose. Yeah, this is a really weird situation. And there's a couple teams at the moment that have an exorbitant amount of credits. Look at the amount of credits that KCW has at the moment, 425. We're seeing some other teams also sitting on some relatively high numbers. Sparkle Esports, Fauna sitting at 350, just about to be able to reach the break point for the 4 square if they really want to go for it. Mithril goes into the hands of the Suwa from the looks of it, and the fight begins as Lily gets isolated. Blast Wave is just good from Song Harang, and another catch by the Celine God.
Yeah, that's the combo you like to see from Sparkle Esports. You know, one blast wave into the knockup, into the poly, and then, you know, it's lights out for literally anyone. Even if you're a tank, we've seen, you know, tanks get completely shredded because they do have that frailty. I think on that Celine, just so much defense shred, so much damage coming out of the side of Sparkle Esports. And yeah, I think Fauna's probably saving for that blood is my guess.
Yeah, that's what I would assume as well. But Cemetery becoming a little bit of a mess. Sebi sitting up in the front lines. He's just before the overflow if he wants to go for it. He'll reset his gauge a little bit using his weapon skill to try to buy himself a little bit of time. But that initiation is absolutely incredible. The angle is there. Curry getting a lot of damage down. The entirety of Team Saber in a little bit of trouble. Team Asher trying to follow through. Blast Wave's already invested. There's the slow coming in from the whip skill. Charge should theoretically be able to chase. No, GC now trying to pile on in towards the members of Team Asher. Now they're trying to get out. Sebi doesn't want to overflow into this. No way! They get the pullback. Piet is so low. Sebi should be able to get this one. Down goes the Felix. On the north side, Shinonome was able to pick up the kill over on the G-Work as well. Team Asher in shambles.
That's what I was scared of. Like if you are playing on a jump pad, if there's a Lenny, the Lenny can just spring trap you at the perfect time and just pull back half of your team, or even your full team there. And that's exactly what happened. Very well played. Very good recognition from Cenifine there to get Team Asher off that jump pad, and they do end up getting 2 kills for that.
What an absolute mess this game has been. It almost feels as if these players were just unprepared for how chaotic this game was going to be. Everyone's just catching each other off guard ever since, what, day 2 began? It is absolutely insane how this game has progressed so far already. Night number 3 has hit. Omega is spawned. We still have a little bit more to go before Victorine is going to pop as well. If people wanted to get the blood samples, it is going to pop now. Fauna just
Omega is completely free. Yeah, no one really contesting Omega this game, and it's just going to go into the hands of Team Saber for free.
It's going to be pretty good, especially considering the fact that Sutton is sitting on Celine. Pretty four-scorer intensive character when you try playing her in the super high levels, because I think in the end, over the Scotty, some people do prefer the Dragon Scales, but we do finally see the persona being built up. There is the Scotties coming in, so opting in a little bit more for the utility-focused Celine gameplay instead. Just let the Rio do a little bit more of the work. Not that bad of a situation.
Yeah, I think the slow is really big for that Celine. You know, you are able to combo, you know, your 4-stack into, you know, like a 1 bomb, like a 1-2 bomb into a 4-stack there. You know, getting that slow. So not too surprised because they do have that Alonso maybe lockdown as well. So yeah, we have to see, you know, how they do end up utilizing this, and only sitting on 3 items, but it's not the end of the world. They are floating on about 1,000 credits respectively for their team, so they're probably gonna maybe look to get to this buy and Chapel. I think they probably just gonna save for this chaser on the Celine. Probably gonna get that blood weapon going here. Ooh, I do like this vision play coming out for Team Sparkle Esports, but not patient enough as they do end up walking back into a hotel to play for this box.
I think they got pinged by the vision plants.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
that
probably
makes
what ended up
sense.
happening. Nice try though. This does open up a little bit of a free route for Team Saber to maybe call in the blood sample. A lot of teams in school are on the north side of the map right now. Not going to be able to actually capitalize on
Ooh,
that blood
non-responsible. They don't really have any items here. I don't know if you saw, but the Adri is only sitting on a Persona, and the demo is only on this Felix. So yeah, they are not looking good. And Sung Harang again on this chaser already. It looks like non-responsible. They're just deciding to maybe play some vision, sitting in these corners. I think they do want to get their call-ins here, but you know, there's no real space for them to buy. As you know, his team's calling in school, his team's calling in hotel. They're kind of stuck in the middle here.
I want to let Curry build whatever he just called in. I actually don't remember what it was. It was a Tree of Life, so maybe going for something like the Alexander if he really wanted to. But he isn't really getting the opportunity to do that. Nice 4-stack bomb onto Akasi. A lot of effective HP again on the side of Team High. This is a classic composition that they've run in the past. But now Curry should be able to build something. It was a Meteorite, never mind. So it should be the Spectre coming through for the Rio. She's going to be sitting at 100% crit now. Pretty happy about where she will be in the upcoming moments. Those 100% crit chance is actually pretty good on the Rio.
Yeah, and we look at the map here. All 4 of these zones are closing, so Team Saber, they have a long way to go. I think they are just going to walk on over. Not going to use the teleporter because they do know there's a team behind them. It's not really safe to TP there. Surprised Team High isn't using the teleporter themselves to maybe try to contest a work line, but
okay.
Oh my god, a great 4-stack. They're going to try turning it here, but the shield's coming out for Team High. They're going to be able to stay on. Saki just instantly falls out of the Echoes of the Earth and Totem there. And yeah, looks like Team Saber is going to be able to claim one for themselves. They do have enough credits to call in this chaser now. As, okay.
Oh, that's brutal. Team NRS, I mean, they tried to get the jump in towards Forest, but there was a team waiting for them right next to it. High also trying to jump in, but this is going to open up free picks for Team Sparkle. This is bad. They don't have that much timer either. Pop goes to Weasel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Effective HP is insane, though. Soul Link has already been popped for Fauna. Is he going to die? Yes, he will. Healing Drone is enough to keep Bin alive. They somehow managed to get out of that conundrum. There's a box inside of school as well. Who just called that?
Oh, is that Felix on Healing Drone? I didn't even notice.
Yes,
but
he was.
I guess that Felix is playing that more tankier build because I think I did see them on that Titan armor as well. So they're playing like a more Bruiser-esque build here.
Oh, no.
As we got the double teleport and it's 2 backliners. They got BNK Fearex, one of our teams that has a lot of chase here. Bomb gonna go in. Wait, Sangarang maybe gonna try to turn it here, but there is a Suo on top of him.
Oh no!
He'll be able to get away, and yeah, I tried getting that 1 kill. Maybe. No, they are getting the res off quickly there. They do actually get the double res off already. They have this heal plan, so maybe they could look for a re-engage as they are kind of strong. It looks like they're just gonna back away here. They don't want to take this fight. And I don't think BNK Fearex can really chase into this triple backline team without, you know, instantly exploding.
Definitely smart from them because William already invented the signature fireball. They're going to play a little bit passive. Look at the timers on the side of Team Sparkle. They do not want to stay in yellow any longer than they have to. I like the pick. I like the decision making there. Again, macro play wise, it's pretty good. That could have been a really bad blast wave. Not that much follow through coming in, especially the finger point from the Alonso not actually following through. A little bit of an unfortunate moment there for Team Saber, but they're still alive. They're getting a lot of good damage down. Pied Still trying to build a couple items on his end as well. This is definitely a high stakes lobby now. We still have 8 teams fully
Yeah, there's
alive.
still. Yeah, exactly. There's still 8 teams alive. I mean,
Not
there is
fully,
one
but
rat.
yeah.
I think that still was sitting in Chapel on the bottom side there. So, yeah, it's gonna be a little dicey for these teams as the zones are getting smaller and smaller. There's not really much space to work with all these teams. Gonna have to make room for yourself here, as I think Team Sparkle Esports maybe want to take the fight into FearX. They want to look for an angle, but the Suwa has that spell shield, has that CC immunity, so it is going to be a little hard to find this engage. Rosner taking a lot of poke. Bomb also losing half HP. EA trying to get some return damage here. Here's engage onto EA. They do instantly take him down. And Fauna gonna be forced to pop the ultimate here, but Bomb finding the angle on the backline, and he does kill too.
Oh, this is absolutely nuts. This is absolutely insane. William back at it again, the wildcard stage after yesterday's performance from Romantic. Another fight inside of Cemetery. It's going to be between Team Saber and Team Juicy. Look at the health bar on Songlarang will get taken down. Down goes Belzer. Curry sitting on 5 seconds. He's not going to be able to recover from this one. His teammates are already dead. You got Sebi on the chase. You got Senefine on the chase, although that Emma teleporting out.
Oh.
She wants to be here. Beautiful spring trap to follow through. Saber is going to get wiped by Team Juicy. It's sitting at 9 kills. A completely different story than what we saw in Game 1 and yesterday.
Yeah, and here's engage coming out from the Mai. Does end up getting the taunt with the EQ from the Haze there. It's not enough damage as the Felix is on, a more tankier build here on that Bruiser build. We do have another fight on the bottom side here. Bomb pumping a lot of damage here. Are they going to be able to get enough? It is a 2v3 because their IREM is already dead, and the HCNJ, they're forced actually away into this fight here. As Bomb, look at their items. As William, once they get the signature fireball going, and getting that three balls, they just have so much damage. They have to respect it. I think DHC and J know this is a duo. They're going to try to take this fight once again. I think if they find an angle onto Bomb, it should be lights out for this team. Rosner, don't think Rosner can really 1v3 here. Bomb doesn't really have the fireball set up already. Here comes the ultimate. Will he be able to do enough damage? He is going to focus onto the Emma, and Bomb is just focusing down, and I think they're actually gonna win here. Wait!
Oh my god!
Great kill onto. Oh my god! And Bomb dodges the elite ultimate at the very end, and they win that 2v3. Bomb just instantly deleting the M1, just able to deal so much damage and able to get so much free damage off in that fight. Very well played from Bomb, and Rosner just able to live for so long. On that Suo, on that Ironclad, able to sustain, and yeah, the HCNJ actually gonna lose that 2v3. Very unfortunate for them, but yeah, Bomb on this William character, he is kind of a menace right now.
They saw what happened when they focus fired down the William. It didn't work in the first fight. They reset and then come back, do it again, and end up losing. Rosner is just focus firing down the 2 members on this opposite side. They're all focusing their attention onto the William. Rosner is a threat this late into the game as well. Cannot let that Suwa do whatever she wants against the double melee. Beautiful jump on towards Akasi from this team. Team Asher trying to get the jump on towards Team High at the moment. Down goes the Adriana somewhere around the map. Nice damage coming out from Blaster. Hold on a second. He's trying to get something done. We saw this before in the previous season, but now it's a 1v3. Piet in a little bit of trouble. He's going to get taken down. All right. This is a little bit interesting. Blaster, I've seen you do this before.
I've seen him win these, yeah. I've seen these win these here.
It's got the 1v2.
It is a Tazia. Tazia is one of these characters that, has a really good showing in these 1v3 players. Unfortunately, the wall, placing it down a little too late, and a great taunt. Great timing on that taunt there. Blaster is going to be able to get that Q3, going to be able to proc it onto G-Work. G-Work already down to half HP. Is able to land. Oh, a great ultimate though. A great exclusive coming out from the Mai. And yeah, it is going to be lights out for Blaster there. Oh, good attempt. Almost had it there. And wait a second. How is the Adriana still alive? Is this...
What?
I think she's dead, right? I think it's like a bug.
That should be. We saw her pop earlier.
Yeah, okay.
I saw it pop up on the screen.
I think that Adri is dead because their credit count isn't going up either. So yeah, I don't know when they died.
Oh, they died while the force fight was happening. There was a banner that showed up. It's a -1 for non-responsible.
Yeah, a little unfortunate for them, but we will have our final team fight here between Asher and Team Chuseat. G-Work sitting on that red shoes. They are looking in a really good spot here. I think they could definitely look to turn it on to Team Chuseat. Team Chuseat already on 13 field kills. looking to close out this game here. They do look for another angle, but Team Chuseek, they do have that warded, so they will end up spotting them.
We've seen Felix be a bit of an issue for Team Chuseek in the past. It's going to be a complete split. G-Work now having to deal with Sebi by himself on the backline. Charge just obliterated.
Oh my
Shinonome's
God.
damage late game is absolutely insane. Not even going to be able to pop the play dead. It's a clean 3-for-0 from the looks of it. Team Chuseek turning their destiny around, turning their fates around. 16 kills, one of the highest amount of kills we've seen so far in this weekend. First place in the second game.
Yeah, they do try to find that angle onto the Jenny, but the Jenny having the acceptance speech, there's really no dive attempt onto the Jenny because the Jenny pops that down. You're charmed for 2 seconds, and it's kind of lights out. Shinonome, having enough damage in the late game as well. Once this Jenny gets their items, they're able to pump so much, and yeah, it will be Team Chuseek coming out on top of what I think 16 field kills, right? Is what you said. So. A really strong showing for them. They're going to be sitting in a really nice spot for themselves now in the top 4 for sure. And yeah, very, very well played.
You know what? In the last game, after it was over, I talked about how I'm super excited to see some of our teams improve on their macro and micro throughout the course of the season. I think they improved on it within the game. What was that fight in Forest by some of these teams? Absolutely incredible by these players. The micro plays are absolutely bonkers. These players are just showing everything.
We saw another 2v3. It was a complete 2v3 because IRM was dead. It was just... Yeah, I think Bob just popped off in that fight. They just let Bob kind of free auto. I think what happened was their targeting was a little split. There was two people on the Suwa, and then the Emma was trying to kill the William by themselves. And I think once you split your damage there, it's kind of I would say it's kind of cooked for them.
Yeah, one of the biggest initiation methods for something like an Emma is to begin with the Bunny Morph, because if somebody's trying to throw autos at you, they're going to have to walk into the range of the Bunny Morph eventually, right? The only problem is Sua throws her shield onto the William, and it's exactly as you said. I mentioned it during the game itself too, but they split their attention a little bit too much, I think, going in on towards Bum and Rosner, if I remember correctly. You have to focus fire one person down, whether it be the Sua, whether it be the William. You have to focus fire somebody down, but they split their attention a little bit too much, which is really strange to me because they tried it already right before they reset and came back into the fight.
Exactly. Because I think I think their focusing was also just really awkward because Asua is able to out sustain and live. When they're on 2 melees, they didn't have enough damage, right? It was a Lida Alin and an Alina.
Like the worst combination to go into Asua too.
Yeah, when you don't have that damage, you don't have those freezes getting from the Alina because of the CC immunity coming out from the Sua. It's kind of hard to kill her because she's able to get all those non-Quixotes off, and then Bomb is able to live for so long because he's kind of just left unattended. It was only the Emma trying to shut him down, but just wasn't enough. And Bomb just got to free auto all 3 of them for all their HP, and yeah, it was kind of lights out there.
I actually think it's kind of funny now that I think about it. I'm not entirely sure, of course, what the items were on both the Dylan and the Elena. If Sua never auto-attacked the Elena, right? For example, maybe she had Centipede's Pauldron or something like that. She had no healing reduction on her, because this late into the game, Dylan is not meant to have healing reduction. The only source she ever has it from, with a lot of common builds nowadays, is from the Rocker's Jacket. You transition out of that, and then you don't have healing reduction on any of your other items that are pretty high prio, like the Elysian Halo, the Mithril Armband, Alexander. You're not getting that healing reduction. So if
I think Alina usually runs it with
Centipede's Pauldron though, but you have to
not
get auto
Centipedes. Not Centipedes. I think it's the cooldown rapier. I think it has heal cut. Does it?
Really? You suppose?
Oh, maybe not. Maybe it doesn't.
I would have to double check on that, but I just don't think. Either way, I mean, even with healing reduction,
the Sua has to auto the Lina anyways, or at least one of the two. So yeah, I mean, even with healing reduction, I don't think it's enough. I don't think they have enough damage because Rosner also has the Ironclad with the Hammer skill. I think he was playing Hammer, so he definitely has enough damage reduction to live the Lidalin and Alina for long enough for the William to just wreak havoc onto their backline.
Oh yeah. Oh, what a great game we saw for game number 2. But Super, guess we're not checking the scores, I guess. Okay, well, we're going to go on to a break, guys. I guess scores are going to happen afterwards. That's weird. We'll see you guys back here in a couple of minutes for games 3 and 4. So go grab yourself a snack. Go grab yourself a snack. Go take a stretch as well, and we'll see you guys back here in a few minutes.
Take care, take care.
잠시 후 최종 안전지대가 해제.
잠깐 쉴게요. 누워도 되지? 안 된다. 나 좋아. 재밌는 이야기랍니다.
잠시 후 최종 안전지대가 해제.
날 고통스럽게 해줘. 내가 필요한 거야? 기뻐. 이제 못 도망쳐. 울지 마. 고통을 낭비할 뿐이니까. 적어도 넌 편해질 수 있잖아? 영원히 함께 있자, 우리. 고마워. 너희들이 나를 선명하게 만들어줬어.
이제 돈 좀 벌어볼까? 좋아하는 걸 하면서 돈도 벌고 최고의 직업이잖아? 그쪽은 단골이 될 것 같은데 잘 생각해보고 판단한 거지? 오, 비즈니스를 감정적으로 하지 맙시다 우리. 응? 유감이지만 난 빼앗는 쪽이거든. 오리 누우니까 편하지? 다음은 네 차례야. 책임은 지고 가셔야지. 내 명함 받아가는 사람 중에 멀쩡한 사람이 몇이나 될 것 같아? 매번 감사합니다.
11의 결혼식 브이로그. 지금 바로 시작할게. 드레스 어때? 오늘을 위해 특별히 준비했어. 신부 입장. 아직 브이로그 안 끝났다고. 빵빵빵. 해줄 거지. 와, 케이크가 더 커졌어. 예쁜 추억 많이 만들자. 저기 있어. 청첩장은 안 줬는데. 영원한 사랑을 맹세합니다. 11의 결혼식 브이로그 봐주셔서 감사합니다.
Welcome to the era of the AI PC, powered by the world's most advanced processor of its kind. Images come to life in an instant. Emails write themselves. Languages translate in real time.
Wait, are you joking?
And with AMD Ryzen AI built in, you can create from anywhere. The unbelievably thin and light AI PC, advanced by AMD Ryzen AI. The biggest innovation in personal computing ever.
사람들에게 행복을 선물하고 싶어. 태어나서 연애해본 적 없으면 마법사가 된다고 하잖아. 마술사는 될 수 있더라고. 마술사 등장! 새 무대를 준비해볼까? 지금 필요한 건 웃음과 마술이야. 동정과 카드, 어느 쪽이 좋아? 비비디 바비디 붐! 말하는 대로 이루어져라! 나에게 필요한 건 실력보다 미소. 어우, 좀 이쁘라니까. 표정이 왜 그래? 여기야! 우리 비둘기가 자기가 당신보다 머리 좋을 것 같대. 어떤 카드가 좋아? 널 위해 준비했어. 토끼와 함께. 우리 비둘기가 살려달래. 폭력 반대. 웃어줘.
You're ready to get in the game now. The last thing you want is to wait. WD Black, performance storage, purpose-built for gaming. SSD speed that obliterates load times. Performance to transform your game. Expanded capacity to store more. Customizable RGB. WD Black. Because the game never waits. WD Black. Drive your game.
대부분의 문제는 폭발로 해결돼. 예술은 폭발이야. 터뜨릴 준비는 끝났어. 그냥 터뜨려버리면 안 되나? 기폭시켜줄까? 날려버리는 수가 있어. 발밑을 조심해야지. 이런 건 전자전 지원을 받아야 하는데 퓨즈 관리는 철저하게. 조심해, 폭발하니까. 문제 해결 완료.
충실하게 잘 이행을 해준 턴이고,
네.
자, 그 캐슬링 깔고 먹고 나가겠다는데.
호다닥.
자, 먹었어요. 근데 푸포라 이거 죽으면 절대 안 돼요.
그렇죠.
무조건 살아야 돼요. 근데 여기서 만약에 지워크 선수가 다운되는 순간 초 이상인데 이거 근데
자,
교전도 애매한 게요. 이미 지금
잠시만, 안 돼,
델리가
안 돼.
올라가 있었던
그런데.
타이밍에
야, 지워크 순식간에 허리를
와
콤보를 때리면서
조합의
막았습니다.
강점이 딱 나오긴 했습니다.
네. 야, 주머니 무거운.
이런 사이버즈가 생각보다 밸류도 좀 밀렸고 조합 난이도가 꽤 있는 편이거든요. 이게 때리면서 같이 막 딜러들을 같이 이렇게 때려주면서 난이도 싸움.
Alright, hello and welcome back, everybody. I hope you guys had a fantastic break. A little bit longer than their usual breaks, but I'll give an explanation for that in just a moment. I just hope all of you guys had a really, really good break.
Yeah, I mean, I got drank some water, just waiting, for the next couple of games to start up here.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. And for those of you guys who are wondering why we had an 8-minute break, I was actually kind of wondering that too. But then I took a look at over on what was happening with the player chat for ERM. So they were just trying to figure out what was happening with the Adriana that you and I were also confused about at the end of game number 2, how she head popped. I mentioned it while the forest fight was happening, but then immediately after, when we saw the final zones actually popping out, we saw the Adriana alive at the top of our screen. That's that there were 3 teams alive as well. It seems like it was the same case in the game on top of it. So they were just checking things. But I did take a look at the CSV file, like the match data after the game is done. Everything seems to be fine. It was just some graphical bug or something like that. So everything should theoretically be handled. Here's the score sheet that we couldn't see after game number 1.
Wow, look at how close it is.
What?
Yeah, the difference between first and fifth is only 4 points. BNK Phoenix actually coming out on top in that last game. I don't think they won the game, but they got a lot of kills. If you look at how many field kills they have 23, 5 above the second place team here. Sparkle Esports with 18 for themselves. And yeah, it's still really anyone's game here. Non-responsible. The gap is kind of widening, and Team Saber, for the bottom 2 teams here. But there is still 4 more games left. They just need to have, a nice, consistent, game, maybe game 3 and 4, and they're right back in it.
Absolutely, but for Team Non-Responsible, they are definitely struggling, and it's not, I think, their own fault either. It's one of those situations where, as a newcomer, you are definitely going to start hitting a wall in how effective your team composition is. At this point, you really have to reconsider how you're going to play the game, right? You're already here. So I can't really say you got to think about how you're going to do in the next one. You're here already. You're going to have to see how you're going to have to improve your team composition and how to actually play the team comps, since you're already here with that roster itself. In comparison to a lot of the other teams that are playing today, you're not going to have as much competitive practice with multiple compositions. They're just playing exactly the same thing. We're seeing it here as well. Lily back on the Adriana, Debbie and Marlene for NXA, Estelle for Nulung. They just have to figure something out. That's all I can say.
Jan back on the table, but this time Bum just opting to play the William, because we saw the last game William, kind of pop it off in that 2v3 scenario, just completely 1v3ing the other team. And yeah, I mean, I think it is going to work really well for them if Bum is going to be able to find these angles once again. Going to be able to pop off in these fights. Very excited to see him back on this character. And yeah, looks like going into game number 4, we're going to have no bans.
Absolutely not. It's going to be a pretty surprising turn of events, but it really mainly stems off of the fact that the William is just going to be back in play, right? It seems like it actually worked. Look at that. Bum likes that character. Wow.
Yeah, we do have a lot of duplicates, though. We do have, 2 Yans, 2 Emmas, 2 Mais, but yeah, no character is played 3 times, so might just see, a complete, or not a complete change, but we might just see, all these teams playing the exact same comp, going into game number 4. Maybe we'll see some changes, if, these teams aren't really performing as well. We do have, Team Saber, completely swapping up their comp entirely, going on to the Heart and the Felix here. I think we had the Felix in the last game, but I think the Heart is a unique pick for game number 3.
This is quite interesting. The fact that we are seeing it for the first time, I mean, do be like that, right? The new version of Heart is definitely not something that we saw how teams used in Season 4. Definitely a different version of Heart than we saw in competitive way back in Season 4. The utility of her ultimate Peacemaker is not exactly the same anymore. It acts as a bit more of a health gate where you cannot fall below any further than a specific amount of health. Although I have heard of some really funny interactions with that it actually tends to hurt the Heart more when those funny interactions do end up happening. So we'll see if in this game it's going to be the exact same case. Team Saber, they have definitely had quite a
trading items.
Yeah, I mean, look at also, by the way, the amount of kills that Saber has and the amount of points that Team Saber has. They've been getting kills, but their placement is kind of... I
see what you mean there. They had 10 kills, but they have 10 points as well. So that means they have 0 points in placement. So they've been going out like 8th or 7th every game. Maybe it's gonna be a different story for this game here, as Estelle just gonna ult on away there to their teammates. As yeah, Sua not really. I mean, Sua does have a way to cancel it, but their CC is an instant, so they're not really gonna be able to reliably stun there. G-Work gonna fall here, gonna try using the ultimate, but it's gonna go completely wide as both the members of Dylan and the Yan are gonna be able to dodge out on that, and Pied gonna fall here very shortly. So again, the HC&J, they always get these early game kills. You know, but unfortunately they're not able to close out these games. But as long as they're farming these kills, you know, they're getting these points. They just need, you know, enough points to qualify. They just need enough points to get into that top 4.
This is something that I have noticed with Team DHC&J as well, is in a lot of situations... Oh my god, that Striking Tiger landed. Totem's gonna be invested, but since it is only a level 7...
Oh
wait, whoa, she needs to live. Chloe is down right now too. Chloe respawns on top of everyone. I don't think the calls were there. Yeah, this is not exactly where you want to be, my friend. He's gonna go.
Oh, you're right. That was a little close. I think if they timed the totem or Scarlet coming out of totem correctly, that could have been a day 1 wipe.
Yeah, especially for a team like Sparkle Esports, who, by the way, won game number 1, guys. This would have been a really interesting start to the second thirds of the rotation tonight. It's alright. Belzer also getting out. Sparkle Esports, they may have been cutting it close there, but they are still alive, and that's what really matters, at least as for right now.
Yeah, it looks like we do have Sparkle Esports completely grouped up. They're probably gonna look for some farm here, but all of it is already gone. Team Saber already eating all of that up. Gonna get all that farm for themselves as Sparkle Esports. This is not really a situation you like to see yourself in when you are, you know, routing into a zone. You know, all the farm is already gone. Looks like we do have Lily getting jumped on the backside here. Great sidestep from that ultimate, but it's not going to be enough. And Pied going to be able to get a nice 2-man knockup. But a 3-man ultimate coming in from Dema. Going to ult in. Maybe going to be able to get one. G-Work does end up falling here. I'm surprised. If the Stell maybe stayed there, they could have been able to turn that fight. But, you know, it was a little risky. I don't blame the Stell for leaving. But yeah, the Dema finding that nice angle, they are going to be able to trade one back.
The thing is, he had Helitech stat. There was definitely a possibility where he did end up turning.
Oh yeah, they could have used that combo. We've seen the non-responsible use that combo time and time again with the Helitax stat and that Demo ult. But I think, you know, once you invest that Helitax stat, you have to be sure that you're gonna be able to win that 2v3, because, you know, the Stell and the Demo aren't gonna be able to get on out of there after that investment. So I think it was a little risky. I don't really blame them for not taking that. G-Work gonna face check his bush here, and this time he is gonna get... Oh, actually, does get the ultimate onto the backline. Curry does end up eating that, and they're just gonna disengage. They actually aren't gonna be able to kill G-Work just yet. ADC and the Felix not having enough items to, you know, one-shot this tank.
Yeah, look at the investment too, by the way. Saber
gonna take some poke here. Ooh, Bells are just gonna stick the tree and gonna be able to get it, and I think they are just gonna be able to get on out of there. G-Work just gonna White Lily over into school. They're probably gonna get some school farm, get their Collins over there, and yeah, we'll be Team Saber gonna be able to pick up that tree for themselves.
See done. This should be an Alexander built up. No, it's gonna be the ghillie suit actually for Curry as the first prio item. Does that mean we're going to be seeing
actually, they're not going on the AO die. I'm surprised.
Yeah, which is quite interesting. Are we going to be seeing something like the racing boots instead later then? Because typically when you do have something like a Mai on your team, you will opt to go for the Aoyai. But I guess if you're going Alexander Aoyai, you do end up losing a lot of attack speed, although it shouldn't really matter. You tend to go Spectre.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're just playing for tempo, it looks like, for this game. Yeah, which is why they just slammed the ghillie suit, is my guess. Because usually when you have a Mai, you always want to go on the AO dive if you are playing AAC, because it is a lot of value here. Oh, it looks like Bells are actually going to fall here. Great blind from Rosner.
Gosh, the wind up.
And they're actually not able to kill this Sua. Sua just able to live for so long there. And yeah, looks like on the other side though, Team Asher, ooh, a great knock. Going to be able to kill Fauna here. Fauna gonna use their ultimate though, the Spear Link. They're just gonna attack Nina, and they will end up falling. So nice 2 kills going over Team Asher, and they get that box. I don't know if that box was the other teams, or if they did end up losing that. KCW gonna jump on over with the Sua, but there is a Lai Lin coming for backup here. Maybe they could look to turn it, as it looks like the Asu is here. Gonna get pork chopped back into the bush here. Dasu should be able to finish this, but Rosner going to be able to live for a little longer. Yeah, it looks like he will end up falling. Bomb actually not going to be able to trade onto the M on the backside, as it will be Team DHKNJ going to claim another kill. 6 field kills already once again for this team. They're just able to have such an explosive start every game, but they always, sort of fall behind, into the later stages. Let's see if they're going to be able to change that for this game.
The mid-game pick possibilities of DHCNJ is really being highlighted in the wildcards today from the looks of it. This team really does well in wildcards whenever they are sent to this area. It seems like in the group stages, they have some really, really good pop-off games. And in the wildcards, they're able to really fully utilize this kind of composition. The mid-game havoc is exactly where they thrive in, as I've been saying time and time again. But are they going to be able to beat Bum's William? It's still early in the game, so this William isn't going to be too much. But the fastball is over. Beautiful jump over the wall, but the striking tiger to follow
great
through.
lockdown.
Down goes the William, and this should be the IRM following.
Not this time.
Mithril pickup for Team DHCNJ. Exactly.
Yeah, not this time for BNK Furex. I think the William not having enough items. We actually might have Curry gonna be able to maybe kill Hisaki here. Ooh, the Q just barely not able to connect, and the flower gonna be able to get Curry right before Hisaki dies, and they will be able to instantly res there. So it will be Team High gonna be able to win that battle zone off of the hands of Team Saber. Very nicely played. They're gonna get that mithril for themselves. And they're going to be looking in a pretty comfortable position here. We do have Shinoma here completely by himself trying to contest for this box. But look at where Sebi is. Sebi is in the back all the way down the warehouse. So yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to really play for this here. Bum going to try to zone them off. The box is going to be taken. Rosner is already crafting his item as well. And ooh, a great spell shield onto that spring trap. But Cenefine going to jump in, get that stun. Bum's going to use their ultimate. Maybe they can find Shinoma here to get a lot of damage onto Cenefine.
No.
But Bomb is getting ran down by Sebi here. It looks like they do end up taking E8 on the backside, and a great Q from Lenny going to be able to secure Bomb down there, as Rosner is going to be forced to retreat. And look at Rosner's items. He didn't finish crafting. He's on the green arm piece, and you have to wonder if maybe if he had an arm piece, he would have been able to turn that fight, and it will be BNK Furex going to fall there.
Oh, it happened again, Super. I think it was Rosner yesterday too, where he was trying to build a persona. Mask just in his inventory. It's going to be the bane of their existence today. It does fully wipe them out. On the flip side, Team Asher trying to fight it out up against Team Saber. We already do have Bin falling down. Curry trying to run away. Same thing on the north side as well, as the Mai just completely on full escape path. But what a devastating loss for BNK Furex. At this point, Rosner's going to have PTSD trying to craft those items and put it in his inventory.
A very uncharacteristic mistake, I think, from Rosner, as I think he had the full duration to craft the item as well, but I think he maybe just maybe just canceled it at the last second because he probably thought maybe he got it off. It does happen a lot. Even at the highest level, like these mistakes do end up happening, and unfortunately, cost BNK Furex's run for round number 3.
Yeah, those darn 0.01 second reactions and things like that too. It's happened to you. It's happened to me. It's probably happened to a good chunk of players.
G-Work is caught
out. Does have the gauge, but it gets canceled out by the spotter. This should be a kill going over towards Team High. That's a minus 250 going towards Team Asher. Unfortunate. They do have the credits for it, but look at the amount of credits that all of them have. They're looking for some of these really, really big transitions.
Yeah, now they can't.
Not getting it.
But it's okay. The Rozzy still has enough items. Actually, they're going to call in some small transitions here. I think they just want to get as many items as possible. They're going to buy that Meteor, but yeah, I wonder why G-Work was so split away from his team there, getting caught out by that Tazia stun, and will be a minus 250 for Team Asher. Still looking pretty good though. They got 5 field kills. They're buying some items here. DHCNJ, look at their credit counts. They're floating on about 1.2k credits here. Team Chuseek, they know this team is weak. They need to look for a fight here. I think Cenefine, they're looking on to maybe engage. They definitely smell blood in the water here. They know this team has no items because of how many credits they're floating on. And Sebi, maybe they're going to try setting it onto KCW. They're looking for an angle here. The team of Team DHNJ are completely split. Sebi does end up getting their bar. They do end up getting the resets. Just gonna send it on forward here.
I think
Sebi not taking any damage. DHC&J, they just want to disengage. They have so many credits. They need to get these buys.
DHC and J just on full scale retreat. It just really gave the Sebi a go ahead on doing whatever he wants. There was no retaliation whatsoever. It's so easy for him to get some free damage down instead of waiting for his team to follow through. That was, I think, one of the furthest away Shinonome and Seraphine ever was from Sebi that I've seen him initiate on. But again, he just had to go ahead because everybody on DHC and J was not even interested in taking the fight, and he knew that. That's why he decided to go in and just immediately get a little bit of damage and walk it back out. So okay, DHC and J leaving. Their credit counts are now low. They've already called their items. Now they just don't have. Now they just have to not die. So minus 250 doesn't happen.
Yeah, it looks like they called in 3-4 scores for themselves, so it's a pretty big spike for that team. They weren't able to contest anything on this cycle though, but yeah, they're going to be looking pretty strong. They could definitely look for some fights now. Yeah, it's something you kind of have to take note of, when you are, playing in these lobbies is, the transition difference, and you need to make sure, you're on pace, getting these items on, and looks like they can maybe look to take this team fight here. They did just craft the Halo onto the Dylan, so they should be relatively equal in transition to these other teams.
Not that bad, not that bad. We have typically seen DHC&J be a bit slower when it comes to transition pacing compared to a lot of the other teams. But again, this kind of stems from the fact that they do end up playing a bit of an aggressive mid-game where they aren't able to actually contest for too many objectives because they're always looking for some of these picks. Right, they're mostly grabbing transitions off of their credit counts alone, and typically that will definitely slow down the pace because of how many resources there are now available.
I think it's definitely one of their downsides is because they're unable to get enough items to maybe close out some of these games, and they kind of end up getting they kind of just end up getting run down by these other teams. But as long as they're able to snowball, get these credits from these other teams, calling these items, I think they should be looking in a really good spot.
Meteorite stolen from Team Sparkle Esports is going to go straight into a Suitor Sana. Team Asher losing out on that. It's only minus 200, right? Maybe 185 if they decided to bring Penny Pincher on somebody. Although, at this caliber of gameplay, I highly doubt people are bringing Penny Pincher because that is an augment that you are not going to have dealing damage or tanking something. So,
well, I mean, if you're on Green Tree, there's really not much else you could take on the right side.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do think teams will take the Penny Pincher. It's either between Penny Pincher or I think Logistics, which is like the ward augment. And I think having more vision, especially with I think the bat change. Actually, I guess the bat change didn't really go through on because they're on the mid-season patch. But yeah, having more vision is always really important, especially in tournament play. So here comes Engage from the mine. They're gonna land that taunt onto Blaster here, and they're gonna focus their attention onto Curry. Great White Lilian out of there. The ultimate is already invested on from the Tazi here. Tazi are not able to connect their Q3. They're trying to look for some more damage, but the shielding and the sustain coming out from the Tazi team is quite a bit. Curry trying to look for some damage onto Blaster. Are they gonna be able to find them? They do.
Nice.
Belzer is able to get that Q3 to finish him off, and it will be the Mai trying to get on out of here. I think the Felix should have enough chase to kill this Mai, but there is the catwalk, and the Mai should be out of there.
I really like the positioning from Bin. It really effectively locked away any chances of escape from Blaster, no matter where he went.
Oh, they're probably waiting for the zone to reopen. I actually like this play.
It is really smart because in the end there is the console right there too, the kiosk that he's going to be able to grab something from.
Oh, but the other team is also waiting, so this might be a little tough for yeah, Hi. It looks like they're actually gonna res. I think they just used remote kiosk and they were able to get the res off there.
Yeah, it's gonna be an investment, but again, I think the placement and the positioning for the members of Team Saber was really did the deal there. There was no way that Tazia ever managed to get out, really sitting in the middle of that kind of chicken pit, if I was to say, throughout the entire fight. He can't really jump over walls, and any single time he was really close.
Is that a
Scarlet's side? Really? Are their items really just that good?
Yeah, I guess they're already fully kitted out, so they're just gonna give the weapon on over to the Estelle. I mean, having more amp on the Estelle is fine because Estelle does do a lot of damage and it does scale the ultimate shield up, so it's not really the worst thing, to use your blood on. So
personally, I would have preferred the taproots on these.
I probably would have liked the taproots better, yeah.
But I mean, you know, if it works, then what are we to say?
I
That is
think
a
more
team roster
damage-
that does need it. The more damage thing, yeah.
Yeah, more damage and more amp I think is good, and you get that extra passive as well. Obviously, Taproot does have, you know, the HP, and I think Estelle does have HP scaling. Also having
Cooldown reduction cap increase.
cooldown, yeah, an extra 10% cooldown. Yeah, so I'm surprised they didn't go Taproots either. But I guess that team is lacking on, you know, the damage end, because they only really have Dema Adri. So, you know, giving that Estelle some extra damage is probably better, I think, just for their comp, because they do have that one-shot burst combo with that stun.
It does get even better now with the Wick Line buff in hand as well, right? Adriana with the Wick Line buff is a tale as old as time. Although, where is
their Mai?
We saw her
Yeah.
taking the mutant chickens on the south side of school. Now they're in a whole lot of trouble because you know Team Sparkle is not just going to let this happen for free.
Yeah.
Timer is on the back end. Curry, he has a long way to walk, and I don't know.
Oh,
no! He is
Does he have timer
so
to TP?
dead. No, but look at that.
Okay, they're just
camera.
scarring anyways.
Massive
Exactly.
mistake from Curry, and he's gonna take the fall. Belzer now in a
Yeah,
whole heap of trouble as
I don't think it would have mattered because the Song Harang was just waiting there anyways off the
Yeah.
TP, but
What
that's not what you want to see. I don't know what happened. Yeah, they completely split. The mind just wasn't with them, and you know they instantly paid a price for it. You cannot be split, you know, in these late game scenarios. And yeah, if they just get caught, they're gonna lose 2 members, and I think San is gonna fall shortly here.
I think a caster cursed it. I just talked how good the positioning from that team was, and then they just didn't blow it. Okay, another fight. Third party comes in. Hikasi just gets absolutely obliterated.
Oh, look at the timers, look at the
down.
timers. Get in,
Blaster
get
as
in.
Well, 2 seconds left for Hongarang. They have to fight. This is the last stand that they have to go through, unless they just all jump over the walls like that. Nicely done for the members of Team Sparkle Esports. A quiet game again for that team. 2 kills only on that side. Non-responsible sitting on 3. They need to utilize this Wick buff. There is not that much timer on Team Sparkle.
Oh, the Adri with Wick. They are. Look at how much damage Sung Harang taking with just a W. I think that was just W. I'm surprised they're not pressuring here. Yeah, but I think they do know there's a lot of teams in the zone because they do have the console, and they don't want to really take any team fights. They don't want to take any unnecessary risk because you know they're gonna be able to get third partied. If you don't get a clean fight, you know these late game scenarios, you don't get a 3-0. If you get one of your members down and a third party shows up, you know it's kind of doomed. As they're actually going to send it straight onto DHCNJ. I think they do know this team isn't that strong. Once again, DHCNJ, you know, they're not really sitting on fully killed out items here, as it will be Babo. Oh, gonna be able to get the chain just in time, but gonna fall here. Yeah, gonna try looking for that, but I think that went on over to Team Juiced.
You know, looking at this, maybe it was a good idea for non-responsible not jump in on towards Team Sparkle Esports at the gymnasium. Very much a smart play, although now they lost the Wick buff, so all the damage they have now coming in from the Scarlet side, Nudung trying to do something. The damage exchange isn't that bad, but again, effective HP coming through from Blaster. There's a lot of shields happening around this fight.
Oh, good
Demo is
ultimate.
going to use the Twins rush in. It's going to be the Echoes of the Earth to follow through. Blaster trying to jump in on towards Lily. Lily's already used the blink.
Good fancy feet.
They're just kind of trying to stay alive as long as possible. Totem's going to buy them a little bit of time. We've seen the Dema plus the Estelle, but look at Blaster. He's doing so much damage. Hikasi's now stuck in the backside. The Cataclysm is good. He does get the takedown onto the Estelle. NXA trying to recover as much as possible, but he can't kill Blaster. He's trying. Oh, he gets
does get
it!
him.
What? The
This
effective
Dema does
HP wasn't
so much
enough.
damage. Yeah, the Dema doing so much damage to this team, and ooh, to get another kill, Hisaki does end up getting the res there, and it will be non-responsible, going to be able to win this one out. This Dema doing so much for Team Non-Responsible, as you know, the Adri, you know, had some good fancy feet there, just able to stay alive. Ooh, a good freeze on to Song Harang, and the follow-up there from Kia just going to completely combo him in CC, and he's going to fall there. But there's only 15 seconds. They're burning a lot of timer here. The more timer they burn, the less timer they're going to have for the final zone for the fight into non-responsible, and they have a long ways to walk. Ooh, a good spring vault over Nina, and they're going to focus down Fauna. They should be able to finish him here.
Oh, what a fantastic
It's going to come
stun.
down to a 1v1 between Scarlet and G-Work. I've seen Emma win these before. It is really hard to kill an Emma as a ranged character, but the freeze does end up going through. Ooh, a good totem onto the ultimate. G-Work only having one item. The change does end up going through the hat trick, not connecting, but the damage coming off from them I think is a little too much, and G-Work probably gonna fall very shortly here. Both teams are definitely gonna die. They have to just send this 1v1, try to get this these extra kills.
Oh no!
Oh wait, Pied got self-res.
Oh, Scarlet massive mistake. I thought it wasn't going to happen, but this honestly might be a -2 coming in for Team Asher. They have a long way to walk, and their timer just wasn't that good. Down goes one. DHC and J. They're gonna pop 1, 2, 3. Oh my God! Wait, Team Non-Responsible is doing it. -2 for Team Asher. They're gonna secure
Was it
their
worth?
third place. 10
I think it
kills. Oh, that hurts.
I mean, they got 3 kills and they got an extra placement for that -2, so it was definitely worth it. But yeah, -2 points. A little unfortunate they didn't make it in time. Maybe they should have just jumped out of the zone and gave the other teams the kill. Maybe that would have been the play there.
Okay. Well, either way, final 2 teams left now. We have 3 people
Ooh,
sitting
I like
on
this. I
blood
like this in
items.
red.
Do they sniff this? Do they sniff this? They need to smell this. Okay, now
Oh,
they know.
they see him.
Nice check with the nice check. Actually, no, you can see over that wall, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you
so-
can. I think Cenifine should have just sat in the bush for a little longer. I think he got a little too impatient there. As, oh my God, look at the damage coming out from that demo. And that is why you gave the blood to the Estelle. But wait a second, are they going to be able to kill the demo here? They're not going to be able to. And the Estelle is going to be able to finish that off with that water spray there. And yeah, it is going to be non-responsible. Our team that was all the way at the bottom here, going to be able to win this one out.
This is so fun to watch, and if I'm gonna be honest with you, I think Chu-C was probably another situation where they were definitely walking up against one of the worst compositions they could fight up against, because Team Non-Responsible has so many HP percent burn skills on their entire kit. You have Debilitation from Lily, you have the Smolder from NXA if you went for the Crimson upgrade on the Dainsleaf. Dude, there is so much HP percent damage on this team that Sebi is just useless, dude.
Yeah, the passive coming out from the demo as well, and they play this comp so well. They're able to, call out their CC. I think they play off the stealth stun into the demo knockup, and then Lily just drops the Molotov cocktails on top as well, and then they also combo the Twins Rush into the Estelle ult too.
They mistimed it.
I don't know, but like usually they like get that down, So it's really nice to see, this team, kind of thrive because they're just playing their comp like I think to a D here.
Yeah, and I said right before this game started that we need to see Team Non-Responsible improve on their gameplay because eventually they'll hit a wall playing in the Wildcards as a new team. Oh, they have absolutely improved. What an amazing game. And I'll be honest with you, Team Asher just kind of blowing it in Forest there towards the end. But as you said, it was a net gain for the team. I don't think they're going to be too mad about that, especially considering the fact, the other flip side was not getting the kill on the Emma and also losing the placement. Really nice heads-up call from the Yan to get the self-res. Scarlet thinking about it. I think the shot call was there from the team, but I don't think he realized that the Yan was further down in the corner. He at least found who is it? It was the Yan, Elena, and I don't remember who it was, but maybe the Rozzy, but he just couldn't find the Yan. Ah, that's devastating.
Yeah, and they will be able to win that one out. I think the only maybe better play they could have done is as soon as they maybe won the 3v3, they should have maybe just dashed out of the zone to maybe head explode to give the other team the points if they didn't want a -2. But I mean, still a nice game from them. They did actually get those extra 2 placement points, and they did deny another team those points. So it's actually not too bad because I think they did end up getting 1 extra placement there for just walking into zone because I think the other team did end up dying in that 3v3 down at the Forest temporary zone.
It's just a fun fiesta that happened, and you know what? I'm all for it. Those are the kind of things that we just kind of look back and laugh at, especially for Team Asher as well. I don't think they're going to be too mad about it, but because when you take a look at the scores, just objectively, it was a net gain.
Yeah, I mean, and those scenarios as well, right? There's really not much you could do. You just take that 3v3. The fight wasn't clean, so you just have to, take it on your chin, take that -2. But they were able to win that fight, so definitely a confidence booster. And then at the very end, really not much they could do. They tried to walk in, but didn't really make it in time.
Exactly. Oh my goodness, but I just want to kind of round it back over on the team non-responsible. They won a game yesterday during the group stages, and I really thought that that was going to be the end of it because the wildcards, as I mentioned, is a whole different beast when it comes down to it. Took a look at the roster, and save for everybody on team non-responsible, everybody else are players and teams that we've seen over and over again on the ERM scene, so this is definitely a much more difficult lobby than anything that non-responsible was able to deal with yesterday, but they did manage to get a win, and now they're not in extreme trouble going into the 4th game after game number 3. Look at that, their score.
I think the demo is just playing really well, able to find these angles, able to deal so much damage, and then Lily also, in the back, just able to, regurgitate all of these, these fire bombs, the Molotov cocktails, and yeah, they're just able to, kind of rip these teams to shreds. And obviously, definitely can't count out the Estelle. The Estelle, playing this front line really well. Able to absorb so much damage, able to follow up, and able to probably, I'm guessing he's probably the shot caller of the team, probably, telling their team, who to focus target, getting these crucial Estelle stuns, into those demo knockups. So yeah, really nice to see. And yeah, you're right. They are still on the bottom 4, but yeah, they have 27 points now. They're getting pretty close. They're only 6 points behind of 4th place, so they could definitely make it in for tomorrow.
Indeed. At the top, Team Asher, DHCNJ, True Seed, and Sparkle Esports are all holding the top 4 spots at the moment, but it's still really close. Look at that, Team High about 10 points away from Sparkle Esports. That is definitely a possibility, whereas on the flip side, Saber still on 0 placement points.
They need to step it up here. They're only on 13 points, 20-point difference between 4th and 8th. It is quite the journey for them, but if they have a nice pop-off game just like non-responsible, they'll be back in for the running.
Funny enough, they have a lot of kills, and it's actually a good amount of kills for the lobby as well. They're actually on par with everyone else. It's just they aren't getting any placement points, which is really driving their overall total point down to the below. This really does go to show that those placement points, even if you get 1, even if you get 2 over the course of games, it's gonna add up. It really will.
Yeah. And then obviously, the teams that are winning, they get that nice 8 placement points. It's quite the boost for your team, even if you don't have too many kills, right? As long as you're winning games, you're able to, rack up all these points. But I think with that, we are just going to jump straight into game number 4 here. Every character on the table, no yawn bans. And we will actually have Bum going back to that yawn. So we will see a yawn ban for game number 5.
And because of Bum going back over on the Yan,
oh, is that a Hyejin?
Yes, indeed. Hyejin's going to be opened up for E8. The IRM, I will be honest with you, it's really sad to see E8 pull away from it, but at the same time, the IRM really hasn't been showing us what he was able to do with it in Season 4. It's almost a different style of IRM now, I think, where you still do have the poke availability with something like the Strider as well as the Red Sprite. But the damage compared to before in Season 4, where people were chunking, IRMs were chunking people for like half their HP with a single auto attack combo, that's not IRM anymore, right? And BNK4X has been struggling a lot with just the IRM, so I like the fact that they're changing things around. Game 4 is a perfect time for them to do that. I'm sure E8's Hyejin is going to be incredible because his mage and skill shot, his micro prowess with the IRM, it should work. It should work.
Yeah. I mean, we have seen, I think, them play this in the National League. They did play like a comp with the Yan Hyejin. I think it was the Lennox instead of the Suwa, but I do think the Suwa would also be fine here. They have a lot of sustain. They have this double front line, this pretty beefy double front line, while also doing a decent amount of damage. And then the Hyejin just there, to follow up, secure some of these kills, and provide those that extra CC with her fear.
Absolutely, we'll see what ends up happening. It's going to be a fun one, guys. Game 4 is underway, and after this one, we're going to go to a break. Of course, we got 2 more games after that one, but this game right here is really going to determine the pace of the remaining set of games for the wildcards that determines which 4 teams are going to move on into the finals and which 4 teams will get eliminated after today's series. A lot of teams really fighting for top 6, top 7 even almost. Really close when it comes to the total amount of points. You really will not know how this is going to end until we get to that final Game 6 score sheet.
Yeah, I'm very excited. We do have the 2-hand Fiora as well coming out from Team Saber, so I'm kind of interested to see, how that works. 2-hand Fiora, always a treat to see. has so many skill shots, a really flashy melee character. So I have to see if they will be able to connect those ultimates and those tipper Qs. There was a lot of damage onto Hisaki, but Hisaki is going to be okay here. Rosner completely isolated. Maybe they look for this early game kill. Satin is going to get some of these Qs off. Rosner maybe going to try trading back here. Only level 4. He's just going to fall.
He's already got the weapon. He's pretty chillin'. Everybody else, on the other hand, trying to get things done. Sebi, he is full items, but I don't think he's going to be able to deal with a full 3-stack by himself at the moment. He doesn't... Oh, actually, never mind. He doesn't have his boots, which is quite interesting. Ekion builds, especially the one that Sebi tends to run, is extremely quick to finish. But down he goes. It's going to be a 2-for-0 in favor of Team Asher. They're fully grouped inside of Pond, not Team, Team Choose Seat. We're going to see another set of players fall. Hyejin goes down, E8. It's a little bit too early for that Hyejin to be fully effective.
No.
Down goes the Yan, not going to be able to find the counter kill. KCW is going to stand tall. Zua, on the other hand, for BNK Furex, still staying alive. 2-for-0 in favor of DHCNJ. They have another early game start yet against Super.
Yeah, we see it time and time again, so I'm not really surprised. I think BNK Furex wanted to group down in Dock, but, unfortunately, the dreams were cut short when the Sua ended up getting picked in archery, so the routing probably had to be adjusted there. Do have Sparkle Esports maybe going to find the dial-in here. Dial-in's just going to strike Tiger out of there, but the re-engage coming up from KCW. The ultimate is popped from Fauna. Soul Link is going here. The movement speed might be enough to get him away. Nice blast wave. Knockup isn't going to connect. KCW out, going to instantly fall there actually from Sung Harang. A great 4-bomb. They're actually going to lose 2 members. Team DHCNJ biting off more than they could chew, and they do end up paying the price for that.
Hey, to be fair, they've been having a really solid early game. I'm gonna give them that one. In some alternate universe, they probably had that. If I'm gonna be honest with you, Pexu dies.
Oh, they are just respawning here.
They really want this.
Yeah, I think what happened was looks like Team Sparkle Esports, they all use the teleporter, and then it looks like Scarlet did end up getting caught by DHCNJ, but Scarlet was able to trade 1, so it's actually not too bad for that for them.
Yeah, 1-for-3 trade. Yeah, surely it was worth in the end. It's all good. 3 kills for DHCNJ. Sebi and G-Work doing a little bit of a wet noodle fight up on the north side of the map from the looks of it. And no one's really killing each other here. Nothing to see.
They are cutting him off, though. Pied is in the zone, but it is Ekion. They're going to be able to get that double dash, and the fight between these two teams once again. They're going to instantly kill the Yan this time. And wait a second, maybe they turn on to Scarlet here. They're going to look for the kill, but the smoke screen is there to deny him any chance. Oh my god, Bebo almost getting their team wiped there, but is going to be able to use that change right on out of there. Going to be able to escape. And DHCNJ losing 2 members. Sparkle Esports up to 5 field kills. We see these two teams duke it out on the bottom side of the map, and they just farm kills off of each other. They have been doing it for this entire series, so yeah, they are just trading a lot of points. It will be Priya falling from Team High, and Pied getting caught as well. So a lot of teams are kind of getting caught here, but wait a second, they're actually going to be able to turn it. Ooh, a great knock into the wall, and the great finish there from the Razi. It's going to be the Razi versus the Suwa. Don Kyoki does end up connecting here. Looks like the call was made for G-Work to leave as... Oh, wait a second. We might get some damage onto the Suwa here, but the blind is going to go through, and E8 is going to be able to clean that one up.
It would have worked if he had high noon and full items. If he actually had the damage, I think that fight would have actually gone at least a trade. Whoa, okay.
Actually, it's just one RNG and a kiosk. I thought it was 2 there, but I mean, it's still a great find. Always getting those transitions off of that mutant pack. If you are able to get, either a tree or a meteor off the mutant pack, it's actually better than contesting for an objective because you also get that farm.
Especially for DHCNJ, that team is a roster that really utilizes those small transitions extremely well. Dylan is one of those characters that can use the Tree of Life early on for Alexander. Emma is going to be looking for either the Empress or the Scotties. There are so many things that you could build up with the Tree of Life. On the flip side, Bum, yeah, he's not really finding any number 2. He's just completely isolated, gonna get the fall. Everybody else on this team just a little ways away.
Yeah, Team Asher already sitting on 6 field kills for themselves, so they're looking in a really comfortable spot. I like this play from Blaster, but Hisaki nowhere to be found. They're just going to get engaged on here. Hisaki trying to walk on over. The ultimate is going to pull Blaster back in. They're going to try looking for an angle. The totem is procced here. Ooh, a great double stun into the wall. Yeah, maybe finds an angle here. Blaster is actually going to be able to live through all of this here, but another double knockup from Pied and another great stun into the wall. This Jan is just playing so well. Pied find these angles for Team Asher, and they're just going to be able to claim another 2 kills.
It's these Yans, man. How are they able to find these opportunities? And again, it's another Yan-Razi combination. The Yan just find so many opportunities. The burn not going to proc over onto the fire. Oil Slick, Kyungkwae, he needs to live here. He needs to live.
2 seconds. He's out. He's out.
White Lily, oh my goodness. And there was nobody on the opposite side of the wall. Lucky for Team High. They should keep their lives at least intact. And for the time being, full 8 teams still alive going in towards the night number 2 section. Have a bit of a fun time during night 2, I'm hoping. A couple of battle zones seems to be contested as the HC&J, they're going to get initiated on a lot of people, but the fight comes in and holy crap! Curry just had no chance to deal with that. Belzer, he needs to stay alive for about 5 seconds. He's an Alonzo. He should be
okay. Yeah, he's got the W. He's just going to press the W here, and Battle Zone is going to come up just in time. Yes, and this team will be kept alive there. Great find from Team BHC&J right onto Curry, instantly killing him. And, you know, once the backline's dead, there's not enough damage for that team to really do anything here. On the other side here, we do have Team Non-Responsible going to win the Battle Zone off of Team Asher. All teams also already fully transitioned. They bought their items. So it's not really an item diff there. I guess they just got a really nice fight into that team. And yeah, will be Team Sparkle Esports winning that Battle Zone for themselves as well.
I don't know why, but whenever Team Non-Responsible is doing well, it just kind of makes my heart feel fuzzy. They're doing really good. I think they're really trying to hold up to being that new team on the block up against so many of these old-time names that we see over and over again in the ERM scene. This could honestly be the beginning of the journey of a new roster that we might see really often in the ERM scene too, right? Non-Responsible.
Yeah.
They are really holding on to what they're able to show. This roster, very unique in the Eternal Return Masters scene, but we're seeing some really good results out of it.
Yeah, it's great to see. You know, it's always great to see new talent here. But speaking of Non-Responsible, we do have NXA here, completely isolated from his team. Here comes the ultimate though. Here's the combo, but it looks like it was cancelled out.
Oh god!
Get pulled back, and the third party is here, and they will end up falling. But Adrian is still alive, so it's not really the end of the world here. Adrian actually taking some damage, I think, probably to. I think they're just getting some farm, so not too bad. Did see the combo coming out once again. I know we've been talking about it, but the Twins Rush into the Helicax stat, you know, combined together, able to get that pull into that knockup. It's really nice if you can land that. Ooh, a great stun into the wall from that. Jan Pied find that angle on Sebi, and the Razi just able to free auto here. Sebi gonna be able to get on out of there though. Great spring trap, gonna be able to maybe get the disengage here, as the Pied does end up knocking enemies back, and the third party is here from BHC&J, gonna be able to collect their free kill. And it looks like on the other side, Sparkle Esports gonna find the Mai from Team High, as Blaster is gonna be forced to leave.
As I said, night 2 is going to be fun. So many teams alive with the zones that are available right now. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to have a little bit, at least a little bit of combat happening at this stage in the game. Belzer, his shield is gone, by the way. I don't know what the heck destroyed it, but his shield is gone. Not going to be able to eat the fear. Really nice pushback from Bum.
There it is.
Damage is so good. Satan on the two-handed Sword Fiora. Goodness gracious, the damage is nuts. BNK Fearex on the back end, this Hyejin just not really being able to deal out the damage.
Look at the angle coming out from Asher. They're gonna triangulate here. Maybe they could find one of the backliners. Belzer does end up seeing them. They're gonna get off the tree. The tree is halved for Saber. Are they gonna be able to stick it here? Team Asher is just gonna walk away. And yeah, looks like Team Saber is going to claim this tree for themselves. And they did end up getting those kills. But Team BNK Fearex, they're coming back. Saber might be in some trouble here. No, it looks like they're gonna leave. But yeah, a great find from Sand. They're gonna be able to blink on in and find that R3 onto Bomb, and gonna be able to finish off that Jan. But this fight is gonna start to brew here. Sebi does have the full bar, gonna look for an angle there, gonna go onto E8, gonna try to get some damage. Rosner trying to blink in, but gets immediately punished. The ultimate does end up going down from Shinonome, and it will be the one to fall here. Bum trying to kill Shinonome, but it's not going to be enough, as the play that does end up proccing there. Very unfortunate. Rosner, I think he thought he had that blink into the Don Quixote, but a great reaction there from Shinonome, able to dodge out on that, drop that ultimate down, and carpeted him back into it, and it will be lights out for him.
Another fight in Cemetery, though. Here we go.
Oh my
God. That is a triple Dance Macabre coming through from G-Work. That is massive. It does really put a strain onto Team High. They're still alive, but the Razi is just pumping damage out one after another. Down goes the Kazuya. Down goes the Puria. G-Work setting up a perfect Dance Macabre in the corner of the Catacombs. He does set up the fight for Team Asher. 10 kills now for that team, and another fight begins as DHCNJ trying to duke it out up against Team 2C, but it's only Sebi.
He's just going in.
1v3ing. There is nobody who is trying to fight Sebi right now. DHCNJ, they just understand that their composition cannot kill this Ekion on full-scale retreat. Sebi just gets such free
GCW trying to get out of there. He's TP'ing.
He's out of there, right?
Yeah, he just went straight back into Pond, you know, and his teammate, he just left his teammates there. That's kind of surprising. But Piet finding a nice angle, gonna be able to get that knock up into the wall, and Hisaki gonna just fall there. And oh no, it's gonna be Team High actually wiping with 0 kills. Team Asher find the angle once again, and they're sitting on 13 kills in night 3.
There are a couple teams in this lobby that are definitely just way too far behind for them to recover at the moment. Team High was absolutely one of them. Way too many credits being utilized throughout the course of this game trying to get reses, and even before day 3, there were too many players down that their mastery, I would assume, is so far behind. They haven't been able to get those passive credit generations throughout the course of the game. It's been a rough game for Team High, and to fall down in 8th place with 0 kills is got to definitely hurt, but they have to regroup, right? They are going to have a little bit more extra time to talk about what's been happening right now. We do have a break again coming after this one, but they really have to strategize on what the plan is for the upcoming next 2 games. If they want to move on into the finals, they have to turn their destiny around in the games 5 and 6.
And they have not really had a good showing here. Usan gonna find G-Work. Where is his team? His team is completely in the back, but does end up getting the freeze here. G-Work just gonna walk away. The Soul Sealer is end up popped for Team Saber as they do trying to look for the engage here. Piet gonna force to pop his ult as well as a full skill retreat is on the side of Team Asher. They will be able to get out.
Good stuff, good stuff. Team Asher always seems to be split apart whenever we see them nowadays for some reason, unless they're the ones actually initiating. Do not check that bush. BNK Furex. Oh my god, nice check with the Adriana. He stepped up a little bit. The damage is good though. Look at this. Helitax is going to completely split the fight. Bum is just not taking any damage. A little bit more. Think quarters. Rosner
going back in, and he just instantly dies. Yeah, instantly punished for his engage there as the Estelle just completely stuns him. And yeah, will be BNK Furex gonna lose another member. It's gonna be Rosner again, and it's gonna be another -250.
I think Rosner's getting a little overzealous today, if I'm gonna be real with you, Super. He is just going in on situations he has no right being in. Another fight now for Team Non-Responsible. They actually have to deal with this one. Team Asher. Oh, Chara actually taking a whole lot of damage. What is the damage coming up from the Estelle at the moment?
Molotov, is that gonna be enough? Does end up getting the shield from the unwavering augment there, but yeah, he's just gonna back on out of there. The 8 kind of caught by Team Saber. Is he gonna be able to get on out? He's probably gonna look to TP, but I think he recognized. Oh, and a great blink tipper Q from San to secure that Hyejin. And look at the BNK Furex's credits. They don't really have enough just yet, but the Suwa should get enough to get the res back up here. But they will be down another 250 credits, so it's not looking too good for them.
I felt that Fenty in my soul. Arcane Edge still for the Fiora. She can go even higher when it comes to the damage. I think she might be waiting on blood. I see 325 credits. She's not opting to go for Almas or the Chain Nightmare. She's looking for that big Dainsleaf upgrade very, very soon, Super. If Team Saber stays alive for maybe about a minute or 2 longer with effective farming, that Fiora is going to be terrifying in the coming moments.
Yeah, and it will be Team Sparkle Esports. Ooh, Scarlet, really risky to get the ward down over there on the other side. I mean, you see some players do it, but on a character like Emma, like you could just instantly get shredded down. But I guess Scarlet does have the totem. But yeah, a risky play there, but it does end up working out for them. They do get that ward down to secure that wick line in Cemetery. On the other side here, we do have the Razi trying to go in, and they sent it a little too far forward, and they get instantly punished. And Team Asher, they lose the team fight into Team True Seat, and you know, a game that was looking really good for them. Now they have no credits. They can't really buy back in time. gonna have to look for a Lumi res at the most here. And yeah, I mean, they're not gonna be able to close this one out.
Even worse, if they are even going to res anybody, it's going to be the
Uh-oh.
Elena,
Uh-oh.
right? Oh, no.
Oh, this is so bad timing. This timing
this
is so
the
bad.
worst feeling in the world. P had just used his bob and weave, and he doesn't have the unyielding stacks. He can't get the resets. He's going to take the fall. Down goes Team Asher. And again, even if he got the res off, like, who do you res? You can only res the Elena. That has got to be the worst feeling in the world. He's not even going to have to be able to deal with that one as non-responsible. Wipes them off the face of the earth.
I think non-responsible just they saw the ping into hotel and they knew it was a team that was gonna res, and E8 being completely isolated from his team gets completely caught here. He's gonna be the one to fall. Bomb gonna fall shortly here as Stua is gonna be the one forced to retreat, and they don't have any credits either. They can only really get one buyback, and it's maybe gonna be the Yan, and that's it.
Hedgen's not working. It really is just not. I can't tell if it's E8 mispositioning or if it's just the Hedgen's not really able to get anything done. In that situation just now, of course, it was the misposition from Hedgen. She should not be the one getting taken down first and the finger pointed by the Alonzo. But either way, I mean, for the whole game, I just think BNK FureX's whole team dynamic hasn't exactly been working out. Hedgen not really managing to land some critical fears.
Yeah, I do think it's a bit of the Hedgen, but also, you know, I think some of the plays have also been kind of bad, like Rosner, you know, kind of running it in there, you know, dying 2 times. But we do have a fight here. Team 2 seat. Oh my god, a great double crit into the great 3-man knockup, or the 2-man knockup from that Ekion, and that is going to be Team 2 seat completely wiping out Team Saber. Very well played from the side of Team 2 seat, just able to sustain through so much of the damage from Saber. Saber tried to look for an angle on to, you know, the Jenny, but it's just not enough damage because of the Lenny heals and the Lenny heal wind. And then yeah, they didn't even get the play dead proc there.
Dude, Neuron cannot nerf Team Chuseed enough at this point, man. These guys are just defying the laws of nerfs at this point. They just play their composition to the utmost level no matter what kind of adversaries there exist in the game. You and I originally thought that with the composition as they are, it would have been a little bit scary to play their OG comp thanks to all the changes that has happened ever since the, I'm going to call it the heydays, but it's a very, very big quote-unquote heyday. Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh my god, they find Shinome.
This is a little bit dangerous. Lily is untouched throughout the course of this entire fight. Are they going to be able to find the Jenny? Senefin also about to fall too. Oh my goodness, team non-responsible. Knocks down
Coming out, yeah. Coming out once again to show, you know, this combo with the Estelle and the Demo together, and you just have the Adriana in the back, just able to deal so much damage. They will be able to get the res off, but it's only going to be 1 res. Rosner sitting on 2 seconds of timer. I think non-responsible are probably going to come down here after seeing this ping to maybe take this fight.
Yeah, but look at Sebi's position too. I mean, if he gets lucky with the Lumi, he can actually find something. But look,
oh yeah, he get 2 reses.
They don't know that Sebi is by himself. Or, no way, he gets the Lumi res
no,
for free,
no,
right?
No, he's going. They're going.
Yeah,
they're going.
There it
yeah.
is. Okay. Oh, if he survives here, maybe he has another chance to try getting something with Lumi done. But yeah, I don't think any other teams are going to really allow that to happen at this point in the game. There goes Lumi. He is running inside a chapel now.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised Sebi didn't stay in the chapel side, like, you know, sit at the bottom chapel corner. Maybe he thought, you know, he would be under vision, but I think he could still get the res off. Is he going to make it in time? I don't think so. And Sparkle Esports, they're here to intercept Lumi. They know Lumi's coming down. They know someone's probably going to come as well. And here, yeah, Sebi is going to try to get the res. They're going to dash on in there. Ooh, does end up getting Blast Wave back in. And there's the one-shot combo that we see time and time again. That's a full tank Ekion. Gone in 2 seconds.
Hey, you said it earlier, how Team Sparkle Esports composition can actually kill a tank. If you guys didn't believe Super, well, there you go. That is as tanky as you're going to get when it comes to certain characters in the arsenal. He had a lot of items. Again, his team was really, really strong in this game, but again, that is exactly how Team Chuseed is going to fall. 8 kills on hand. It is definitely not a bad game, but considering their position in the score sheet right now, I mean, definitely want a little bit more going into game number 5, but we will see. It seems like they're actually back in form, which is definitely good. On the flip side, BNK sitting on 2. They're trying to find something.
Oh,
Lily
the combo's
actually
gonna go
getting
off.
taken down a little bit.
Wait a second,
low.
they're getting 3v3'd by 2 different teams.
Oh, this is so
and
bad.
Lily
Lily's
is gonna be the one to fall here. Can he get the res off?
They have to. They have to. They're trying
NXA
to get
needs
the
to look
stealth.
for some damage.
Oh,
no! They are
no!
getting completely ratioed by every single team. The Suo, Rozer is here to wreak havoc. It will be the Demo versus the Suo in the 1v1 here. I
Just
think
has to
the
live.
Demo is full items. Should be able to win
Oh!
out here. The
Huge
Suo
what?
only on 2 items. I think it is going to be it. Yeah, the timers is going to make Rozer explode here. But the HCNJ, they're here to reap all the rewards to get the third party. That is so unfortunate for Team Non-Responsible. They're sitting in such a comfortable position as well. But they get 3v3'd by 2 different teams.
But they do end up picking up a couple additional kills in that fight and also get the 3rd place placement points. It's not the worst outcome in the world. They secured 10 points. Remember how close they were to the top 4. This is going to help their scoreboards a little bit going into game number 5. It's not the worst situation in the world. Again, of course, it could have been better. But Lily getting caught out like that by a Yan when you know the blink is coming in, when you know the bob and weave is coming in, I definitely do think it was a little bit of a kind of...
Yeah.
I don't know how to say this, but maybe a cocky placement and a positioning from the Adriana. I really hate to put it that way, but you really have to think about what that Yan is aiming for when you have a Dema and an Estelle on your team instead.
Yeah, definitely a misposition, I would say, from that Adriana. And then, you know, they end up getting third-partied by that lead Allen as well. They should have seen both teams as well, so they should have been a little more safe, and they had to play a little more careful there. Ooh, Scarlet gonna get seen out by the other Emma. Tried to look for an angle.
Oh
but
my god,
I do like
it's
this
the 2
angle from
rat
KCW.
teams. Yo!
KCW coming from the back. There is the totem, and they instantly...
Oh!
Oh, that's a great throw skill, dropping it down onto the Emma, so the Emma cannot use the change away. KCW trying to look for an angle, gets instantly comboed with the double poly, and that's going to be it.
Dude. Team Sparkle Esports just played DHC&J like a fiddle. Every single initiation attempt coming through from DHC&J was completely nullified by the kit of Sparkle Esports. That is how you effectively shut down a team and individual characters. Well played to Team Sparkle Esports. And on top of that, by the way, Sparkle Esports and DHC&J, the 2 rattiest teams in the world, by the way. Those 2 teams are so good at just making it to final zone, and once they do, both of those teams are very well known for doing well. But you know what? In that situation, Sparkle Esports takes the icing on the cake.
Yeah, Sparkle Esports just recognizing once again, you know, these teams going for the flank. The flank just takes way too long for it to, you know, actually occur. So they just send it on one of the others that are, you know, a little too far up, and then, you know, they're playing a man advantage and they're just able to find that Emma. They drop that throw skill onto the Emma, so they can't use the change out of the totem, and they get that early game or they get the early pick, and it was kind of lights out from there.
That is the problem with running the totem on them every now and then. When somebody else on the enemy team has the smoke screen and you use your totem, it's right there. It's so easy for you to just throw that skill while they're in the totem, and then after that you can't see any of your skills, so you can't change out. It was a lose-lose situation for the Emma, but either way, he had to use it, right? Pubba was gonna die if he didn't use the totem, and even if he used the totem, he was gonna die. The rest of his team couldn't really react in time either. You did see KCW trying to use the white Lily in, but couldn't get the distance, and then he fails the initiation with the blink in. That's how you play against the Yam, by the way. You don't let him get the range, even with the blink and the bob and weave.
Yeah. And you sort of have to react on, you know, the blinks engage there, and I think that's exactly what they did. You know, as soon as the Yan blinked forward, tried to get that knock up, I think the team from, you know, Sparkle Esports all blinked out of it, and then they were just able to, you know, get the double poly off on him and then instantly kill him. So very well played from Team Sparkle Esports. I mean, it's happened again. I think, you know, these other teams that are looking for these flank angles, you just have to wait a little longer, and they have to play a little farther back, before, you know, their flank ends up coming. They end up playing a little too far up, and they get instantly punished by, you know, these other teams that do recognize it.
Beautiful game number 4. Let's take a look at the score sheet before we go over to our break, ladies and gentlemen. Top 2 and top 3. Oh man, and let me actually reiterate that top 4 is extremely close to one another. You got Sparkle Esports sitting in first place with 53, 52 for Team Asher. They are right after one another. DHCNJ at 50. They're also pretty close to the top 3. Chuseat sitting at 45 points, sitting in 4th place. Right after that, BNK Furex with 38 points, sitting in 5th place, and it trails down from there. Non-responsible and BNK Furex, they are fighting for their tournament lives. 7 to 8 points away from the Vanguard.
It is not looking too good for our bottom two teams, though. They are about 22 and 25 points behind, respectively, from 4th place, and there's only 2 games left. So these two teams, they really need, these last 2 games. They need to have these pop-off wins, I think, for these last 2 games, or they won't be able to make it in.
It's really unfortunate, but for Team High and Saber, we can tell that they are struggling. A lot of their fights have been really, really weird, if I'm going to be real with you. At least on the flip side, Team Saber was able to procure some placement points in this game, but it might be a little bit
It was 1 point, I think. So they
Yeah,
actually
it's
have
something.
1 placement point now.
Yay!
So yay!
Yeah, turn that into a double 8 in the next couple games, guys, and then maybe you can get out of eliminations. But that'll all depend on how these players decide to do games number 5 and 6. We're gonna go into another break in just a moment, so player substitutions could be a possibility for especially Team High and Team Saber, because whatever they're doing today during the wildcards, it ain't working.
Yeah, and this is actually the perfect time to substitute because we do have that Yan ban coming through for game number 5. So it's on the perfect rotation if they do want to swap for this ban. But yeah, we'll have to see, what these teams do end up deciding on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, super. Let's send ourselves into a break, guys. For all of you guys in the chat, make sure you guys go grab your last set of water. Of course, it's not going to be the last set of water ever, but go grab yourselves another set of snacks and go take a stretch. We'll see you guys back here for games 5 and 6 of the Wildcards of Season 5, Phase 1, Eternal Return Masters.
Take care. Take care.
고통스럽게 해줘. 내가 필요한 거야? 기뻐. 이제 못 도망쳐. 울지 마. 고통을 낭비할 뿐이니까. 적어도 넌 편해질 수 있잖아? 함께 있자. 우리 고마워. 너희들이 나를 선명하게 만들어줬어.
이제 돈 좀 벌어볼까? 좋아하는 걸 하면서 돈도 벌고 최고의 직업이지 않아? 그쪽은 단골이 될 것 같은데 잘 생각해보고 판단한 거지? 오, 비즈니스를 감정적으로 하지 맙시다 우리. 응? 유감이지만 난 빼앗는 쪽이거든. 오리 누우니까 편하지? 다음은 네 차례야. 책임은 지고 가셔야지. 내 명함 받아가는 사람 중에 멀쩡한 사람이 몇이나 될 것 같아? 매번 감사합니다.
일레븐의 결혼식 브이로그. 지금 바로 시작할게. 드레스 어때? 오늘을 위해 특별히 준비했어. 신부 입장. 아직 브이로그 안 끝났다고. 빵빵빵. 받아줄 거지? 와, 케이크가 더 커졌어. 예쁜 추억 많이 만들자. 저기 있어. 청첩장은 안 줬는데. 영원한 사랑을 맹세합니다. 일레븐의 결혼식 브이로그 봐주셔서 감사합니다.
Welcome to the era of the AI PC, powered by the world's most advanced processor of its kind. Images come to life in an instant. Emails write themselves. Languages translate in real time. And with AMD Ryzen AI built in, you can create from anywhere. The unbelievably thin and light AI PC, advanced by AMD Ryzen AI. The biggest innovation in personal computing ever.
사람들에게 행복을 선물하고 싶어. 태어나서 연애해본 적 없으면 마법사가 된다고 하잖아. 마술사는 될 수 있더라고. 마술사 등장! 새 무대를 준비해볼까? 지금 필요한 건?
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from the break. Just a classic 5-minute break this time around. There were no weird shenanigans that happened. So welcome back to the Eternal Return Masters Season 5 Phase 1 Wildcards. Hopefully all of you guys had a fantastic break. But we are back now for Games 5 and 6 upcoming. Our final 2 games of the Wildcards to determine the top 4 that will be moving on into the finals tomorrow, and the bottom 4 that will be eliminated after today.
Yeah, we got a lot of teams that are really close to each other. I think our top 6 teams are all in contention here. Bottom 2, not so much, but you know, as long as they have a good pop-off game, you know, in the upcoming game, they will definitely be ready to maybe claim a spot in game number 6. So really excited to see, you know, if some of these teams maybe change up their roster because they haven't been performing too well in the previous games. We're gonna have to see with the upcoming, you know, pick screen coming very shortly.
Absolutely, you and I are going to be taking a look at that. We're also going to be seeing if any not roster changes, but even without the roster changes, if we're going to be seeing any composition changes coming through from some of the teams that are definitely struggling. The 2 that we have in mind right now are High and Saber. those two teams that we have to be looking at specifically for game number 5 to see if they even are going to have a chance in game number 6 to get themselves out of elimination and maybe into the finals tomorrow. They're way too far away from the Vanguards holding the top 4 at this point. If game 5 doesn't work out in their favor, game 6, yeah, maybe there's a universe where they can do it, but it's probably not going to be this one.
Yeah, and we do have that yawn bad going into the next game, so you have to see, what these teams do end up swapping to. Let's take a look here, as we are going to be jumping straight into it. Do have non-response still playing their same comp here. We actually do have a substitution. Actually, is it a substitution from FearX?
Yes, it is. Hunzer is going to be coming in.
Yeah. EA is going to be subbed out, and they're going to be playing the typical front line with the double backline team. Rosner swapping off the Suo, going to be locking in this Lennox.
No, you do absolutely hate to see it, but everything EA's been bringing to the table today just really has not worked. I think for BNK FearX, they're not in the bottom 2, at least, but they need something changed up. I think bringing Silencer is the perfect pick here. The Hayes as well as the William. Bums William today has been pretty impressive, although I have seen him cancel some auto attacks while in fastball and also get caught out by some crowd control during it, so his damage uptime hasn't been all too impressive. But he has been able to dodge out on a lot of crucial skills that allows him to stay alive throughout these fights, and that's the important part about the William. Tag that on with the Hayes, I think BNK FearX has an incredible team comp from Game 5.
Yeah, and we have a team comp swap as well for Team Asher here. We do have them swapping to a frontline double back as well with G-Work on the Adela.
This is pretty much class. I want to say class.
We did see it yesterday, I think, right?
Yeah.
We did see this comp yesterday. So
it does make me a little sad that we're not going to see Char on the Rozzy with this one, because I feel like if he played Rozzy with this, he'd have so much space to work with. Alonzo and Della, it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think there are going to be any bans here coming out. We have actually a lot of unique characters. Is there any duplicate picks? I don't think so, actually. Actually, there's Rio, yeah, but all the other picks are unique, I think.
Wow, what a fun
kind of cool. Yeah.
Huh. Okay, I'm all for this. If it wasn't for the Rio, and we won't really count.
Oh, I guess it's Emma. It's Emma.
But we can't count that either because it's Bubba and Scarlet, right? Like that's always gonna happen if they're in the same lobby. So I won't count them either.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I guess,
selective.
But... Yeah, and we're just gonna jump straight into it here. The points are shown on the right side. So FearX, they are actually not in contention to qualify right now. They are 7 points behind though, so as long as they have a nice consistent game number 5 and 6, they should be good to go. But they're kind of surprising, especially because FearX is one of our teams that have has had a strong showing in these previous seasons.
If anything, I think for this one, for BNK FearX, it's not even going to be Silencer or Bum that's going to be the player that I'm looking at the most. It's going to be the Lennox, because in comparison to before where you had the additional ERM sitting up in the front lines for half of the kit that she uses, Lennox is going to be solo tanking a lot of damage in this game, especially considering the fact that there was a lot more rosters that can actually deal with a front line, especially an immobile one like the Lennox. That's going to be the player that...
The Rio's level 3, they don't have any items here, and they're just going to fall. There's the White Lily hitting everyone. Yeah, looks like they tried to kill the Ekion, but the Ekion, they don't need to build one of their items, so they're already full build, or they should have most of their build already, and it just takes way too long for Team Asher to take him down. And yeah, at Team Asher, they're gonna lose 2 members because Team Chuseat, they just teleported in.
If anything, I'm actually surprised that Team Chuseat is grouped up this early, because usually Shinonome isn't. But here we go. Bin getting pulled back with the exclusive. Kyonkui looking for a little bit of a return set of kills. This is pretty early game, so Ikase doesn't really have that much damage as to Priya. But Beksu doesn't really have that much mobility after he uses all of his Q stacks. Yeah, down he goes. There goes the dial-in. Elena trying to run away as KZW turns back in. Wait a second. Bubba, he's trying to compensate, but I think that was a misclick.
Yeah, I don't think he meant to go back in there, or maybe they actually want to return, and they do. They actually do kill the Felix, so maybe it wasn't a miss, but and that was their plan. Yeah, and they will be able to probably kill the Mai here. The Mai is on 1, and a nice auto attack from Bebo, going to be able to snipe that Mai from escaping, and it will be the HJ getting 2 kills once again in the early game.
Okay, this is fun. Sebi's gonna get taken down. There's a percentage of HP damage coming through. KCW, DHCNJ still looking for more. They got 3 this time around. Alrighty, they are on pace again to have another one of these really fun early games. Oh my god, and it's Nunchaku Island as well this time around. He swapped it around, it's not Glove.
Yeah, I think he was sitting on the Lace Quiver as well, so kind of unique build. I haven't really seen it too much, but yeah, we'll have to see, how it does end up working out for them. VRX just going to take all the bears, all the farm over here in Temple. Looks like the game is being slowed down quite a bit. Teams aren't really taking any fights. I think at this point into the series, teams should recognize where teams are ending and, which teams to avoid to make sure you get as much farm as possible.
Absolutely. There's the Helitack stack coming from Team Non-Responsible. Newling just saying, see ya. I'm just going to have my way out. Jinome stuck in the middle of everybody. If you take this White Lily, you are not dead because it's a level 1 Blue Viper. Okay. Does not last
and
that long.
They will use that ultimate to get that reset on their dash, but yeah, Sebi going to die on the other side to Team High. Great CC lock there, I think, with the Mai Taunt into the pre-ultimate. And yeah, they will end up falling. So Team 2 Seat, they usually do a really, pretty wide split farm, and this time they get punished by it as Dekion is caught. But it's still a really early death, so, not the end of the world there. They will be able to regroup and contest for one of these objectives.
Good stuff. We got 25 seconds until the first set of objectives are going to spawn for game number 5. Everybody trying to get in position, especially Team High as well as DHCNJ. Another fight inside of Hotel, looking for the Tree of Life in this area. We already see one down, Saber losing out on Satan, down to the ground. A big amount of damage coming through from Team High, but at the moment, the fight seems to be a little bit split. DHCNJ, Striking Tigers going to come through. It's a 1-for-1 trade. The third party comes in, and Team High, they're gone. One of the teams that desperately needed points in game 5, they are eliminated. That will effectively 99% take away their contest for the finals. That is extremely unfortunate, but the fight still continues as day 2 begins. Everybody's looking for a Tree of Life. Everybody's looking for transitions. Bum on the backside trying to get the damage down. Not going to find it against Char. Oh my goodness, BNK Furex, the haze stays alive, Sunsar is out, but the damage just isn't there yet from the William or the haze. Base transitions, base items, yeah, that's definitely not going to be enough.
Yeah, Bomb blinking away from the Adela Queen, so not having that blink at the very end in that fight there. And then I guess they just out-traded the tanks because Alonso, one of the tanks that has that 60% damage reduction, is able to outlive, Lennox, who doesn't really have much in her kit aside from her passive shield to really outlive. And Rosner also sitting on that damage headpiece there, so definitely not going to be as tanky as that Alonso.
Absolutely, but how devastating is it for Team High? They had such a solid early game too. It's actually looking really good for them. 4 kills already, but then they get eliminated by a third party out of nowhere in Cemetery. Nowhere for any of the others to run.
That has to feel devastating for Team High. It's really unfortunate because I think their tournament run will come to an end off this game. I don't think they're going to get enough from game number 6. They're going to need a miracle, maybe like 30 field kills, but I don't think we've ever seen that before. And Senafine calling by himself, and their box is going to get stolen from Team BNK Furex. This is exactly what BNK Furex needs. Ooh, the pull does end up going wide there.
Score.
And wait a second, they're actually going to be able to turn it though. Rosner taking a lot of damage. Senafine living for so long there. They are going to get a lot of damage onto this Ekion, but yeah, the Ekion is just going to fall there. They did end up getting the 4th score, I think.
No, the William took his radar.
Yeah, that is that has to hurt. That has to hurt. Losing a 4th score this early on, like that is going to set your tempo so far behind for the game.
Yeah, even aside from that too, they really need the damage on Shinonome, right? That's the thing we've noticed for a lot of these fights. But here we go. Fight's gonna begin. There is a knockup coming from Fauna. The counter is there, but Scarlet's still going to die. Battle zone again. It's in the hotel yet again for Team Non-Responsible. They really love this area when it comes to these battle zones. The damage is just so good. There is the coup de grace tagging onto 2, but it only lands onto the Estelle as the meaningful target. There is the kills coming in. Another battle zone went out by Team Non-Responsible. These guys are really stepping up to the plate this weekend. Absolutely incredible. Although, whoa. Team Sparkle Esports, 5 seconds to go until the Emma's going to come back.
Oh,
I
yeah, I
was looking
think
for
they're
this.
dead.
He really wants it. A couple more seconds that he needs to stay alive, but is it going
He's
to be
staying in the
enough?
corner here.
Oh my god!
Oh, it is. Sparkle's back.
Oh my god!
Sparkle just ended up getting the respawn there. Very, very nice. Did end up using, he went into the corner as far as possible to make sure he didn't end up dying. Fable maybe walking around here, patrolling the area, trying to look for these bodies. Doesn't end up finding anything. And oh my god, the combo coming out from G-Work is going to be way too much damage. But that means G-Work has no cooldowns, and it's just going to be Bomb just wreaking havoc on this team. We're going to be able to kill and clean up with their fastballs there.
I don't know why the screen's tearing every now and then. Are you getting it too on your end, or is it just me right now?
Yeah.
Oh, no, production. Who's stepping on the wires again? But the kill onto Alonso does end up coming through. Bum is able to get the final couple auto attacks down towards him while the screen was tearing for a second there. Sorry about that, guys. But nice damage output from Bum. Again, this guy's William is actually doing a lot of damage. It might not be as flashy, like super close range as some of the plays coming through from Bum and, not Bum, was it? Was it Bum? I think it might have been Bum. No, it wasn't. Okay. Either way, it's not as super flashy as Romantic from yesterday, at the very least. But he is able to get the damage down, and that's the important part about William. You don't have to be flashy. Just get the fastballs up. There we go.
Yeah.
And pump out the damage.
William is a character that probably has a high CPS in the game if you do have your fastballs activated. So if you're just able to, juggle your fastballs. You say, he might not have been too flashy, but, we did see that 2v3 from them.
Oh, yeah.
But here comes the combo from Sebi. It's not enough damage this early on. They tried doing the combo onto the Ekion, but the Ekion only losing about 50% of their HP.
Good idea
They
for
do-
Fauna to hold on to his Soul Link, because if he did actually use
Yeah.
that, then he would have died in day 3.
It was a day 2 death though, so they will be back. So it's not the end of the world. They do end up losing that though. Ooh, the Spirit Door does end up connecting, and yeah, I think that is going to be lights out for the Emma here. Emma on 1 HP. Queen combo following up onto that arrow, and it will be a minus 250 for Team DHC&J. We see this time and time again. They have 8 field kills already, but they get these early deaths, or they start losing these team fights, in the mid to late game, and it just gets sent so far behind these other teams.
They're always getting caught out when they have a ton of credits right now too. Look at Bubba, he's sitting at 540, and they're actually opting to use Bubba's credits Pixu's credits to revive Bubba, which means they're not going to be able to call in any of these massive transitions, especially the 4-score even, already out of contest. There's going to be a 4-score build-up by the Elena, but I guess... Well, okay, on the flip side, maybe you could think of it like this. Maybe they were looking for the res and then going for a 4-score plus a small transition, because the credit count just kind of looks like that right now. I'm not entirely sure. I would have usually let KCW res in that situation, so you could go for a couple more things with the 500 credits you amassed. But it is what it is. These guys have their calculations. They're probably talking about it. Who am I to say anything?
Yeah, I think they definitely use most of their credits, so I think it's okay. Like you can see on the bottom right side, like they're all sitting on below 200 credits, so they were able to get a lot of eyes off here. A lot of poke damage coming up from Lily here. G-Work gonna try to getting that queen, but a good sidestep from Lily. Not gonna be able to, not gonna get hit by that. Do have G-Work having the queen prep here. Soul Stealer is procced, but it's gonna be on cooldown now. Queen is not connected, but there's a lot of pawns on the floor. I don't know if you see that. They definitely don't want to play into it. So, ooh, G-Work does end up finding the blink engage. Gonna be looking for the Dema here. The ultimate is gonna go on to the Estelle, but the Estelle just uses the damage reduction here. And it looks like the Ardonis also is on full retreat here. The Estelle ult does end up going through, and no one really dies from that fight.
That's crazy. I can't believe the Estelle actually just managed to get out of that one. Another fight on the south side.
Oh my
Bomb is trying
God.
to get the damage down. Lennox is already
But
dead,
the
but he's got
cooldowns
the
are down.
fastball. Holy moly. 1 for 1, but in the end, it's going to be a benefit to BNK FureX as the Lennox is going to be brought back up. Fight on the north side still happening as Team Non-Responsible duking it out up against another team. DHC&J not wanting to have a piece of that at all, just going to walk away from the fight instead.
Yeah, I mean, you use your full combo onto the tank, but then you have no cooldowns, and you're in the middle of a William that has the 3 fastballs activated, and, the William just does so much damage, and they will end up falling.
Pretty brutal, pretty brutal. William doing pretty good. We got Adriana still doing pretty good. Adela, for what it is, she is also doing pretty good too. You saw the damage on the Estelle earlier with the checkmate. It might not a kill, but it chunked out, what, half of her HP just by one skill with the ultimate. That's pretty good pace for, what, day 3, night 3 fights, I think, for an Adela.
Oh my god. Look at the item and shit. No, wait, this guy has 2... Look at his inventory. He has one transition of each, except for a blood, obviously. But 1 tree, 1 meteor. Just gonna turn it into 2 4-scores, actually. Oh my god, Team 2C, they are eating good.
The game said, hey, you know, Xenophine lost the 4-score earlier because Team Bianchi Furex stole it. Well, no, here's a couple
And they gave it right back,
transitions. Yeah. This game
gave the
favors
4-score
that
right
team.
back into their hand here. Sebi's gonna be able to slam it here. Shinome already on full build, so they're looking in a pretty comfortable spot here. Team not responsible. Maybe they could look for an angle here in to school. Maybe take this fight. There is gonna be a meteor dropping in chapel here as Team Asher. They're just gonna pick the farm in cemetery.
By the way, Shinonome is still sitting with a mithril in their inventory. Why? At this point, you could probably give what's that art piece transition for Lenny? I could swear.
Well, Cloud Ring, right? Yeah, I don't
it's
know why they're not giving it over for that Cloud. You are correct.
No one can use it other than Xenophine.
Or they
right
can
now.
drink it as well, I guess. Like, I guess they could let Shinome drink it, which
Or
would
even
be
give it to
fine.
Sebi.
Oh, here's the Queen. The Queen is gone. Sebi does have the bar. He's just going to send it onto the back line here. Here is the engage from Jumo. Maybe they could turn the one-shot Sebi, but it's not going to be enough. The heal coming out is going to be enough from Shinonome.
God.
And yeah, they do find the angle. And they do end up killing the Rio here. And I think that's going to be it. The Bladed is procced here. Maybe they could find an angle to kill the Jenny. It's not going to be enough as G-Work is going to be forced to run away.
That's tough. Xenophine is on the chase. G-Work with the Queen should be able to get enough movement speed to get themselves on out of here. I don't think they're going to be able to res inside of Hospital. Yeah, immediately just booking it straight to the Hyperloop instead. Xenophine is going to block that pathway out. Unless he's
I actually
thinking
like this
about
play.
it. There is a long time to go before Hospital is
I
going to
mean, he could just sit in there in a blind spot, and Xenophine will never know. You see, will not know because they're obviously going to play for the Wick line instead. So I do like this play from G-Work. This is kind of like a heads-up macro decision that you kind of have to make. And yeah, since Hospital's going to open up, they could just get the res as soon as it does reopen. And yeah, they're not going to expect, you know, G-Work to just walk back in and just hide in a blind spot. So Juicy just going to walk over to Wick.
Yeah, it's Team Asher taking good advantage of a good decision making from Team 2C, where, you know, chasing an Adela all the way into the hospital zone when Wick's gonna pop is probably not your most feasible option. So you're gonna go back to the Wick objective like you were talking about, but then G-Work takes advantage of that and goes to the back other side instead. This is gonna result in a free Wick line buff for Team 2C. They were investing a lot of timer for this, and again, we've seen it in the past where Team 2C with Wick line is really not the best. They haven't had the greatest track record with this buff for some reason. Every single time they've had it, they just fall down immediately flat. It's not going to be the greatest look if it happens again, but here we go. Whoa, random dash into the wall. Hold up a second. There's the parry coming through. This is a little bit awkward. Team Sparkle Esports. Down goes Fauna. No. Oh, wait, no, that's not Fauna. Sorry about that. That's Scarlet. Did he not use Totem?
Yeah. He did use Totem, but a perfect timing on the Fiora R3 just instantly stunned him right on out of there. And yeah, it will be Scarlet falling, so very, very well played from Team Saber. I'm surprised it worked out for them considering the Yuki just dashed straight on into there, but I think the Yuki ended up connecting it all. And San was just able to follow up and getting that R3 onto that Emma Totem, and it was just lights out there. Oh my god, wait a second.
Whoa, they're
the Dema is just full sending it here. I think they probably realize they have a huge item advantage, so they just want to take this fight is my guess. But console is going to be taken by Team Saber, so they should know, and they're just going to back away.
The problem is, look at the time, Super. A lot of these teams have very long ways to walk if they don't want to lose the time.
Wait,
none of the zones are opening. Fauna is not going the right way.
Wrong. Does he have enough timer to get the res? And I don't think so.
He is
he?
so dead.
Blink?
He's even blink. I don't think he makes
I
it.
don't think he has this either.
Oh my goodness, we're going to see a -1 happening in just a moment. G-Work trying to run away from this fight. He is taken pretty low. Curry trying to throw out auto attacks one after another. He is getting as much done as possible. Fleeting Soul is going to whiff, but the fight still continues because look at the health bars on the members of Team Saber. It's just not good. On the right side, though, Team Non-Responsible trying to duke it out up against some of these teams. Look at the timers for these guys, but the kill goes in favor of Non-Responsible.
They are deep in red here. They need to get on out of here. They get the kill, and they get the timers back for that team exploding, and they should be able to get on out of there. On the other side, though, G-Work going to be forced to blow his ult there. They are doing a lot of damage. The Yuki is going to be the one first to fall here. The Rio is going to be able to get some damage off. G-Work actually missing all of his abilities. He's actually not able to kill Sand here. Oh, and Sand is going to be able to dash away. But Curry is going to get locked down by the Alonzo. And, oh no, the guillotine! But wait, he misses. Sand's still alive.
What is going on?
At the very end, yeah, I think G-Work is going to be able to secure that. And Team Asher are going to be the one coming out on top with a nice clean fight.
And that's
not really that clean, but but they ended up winning. So
exactly, but that's probably going to be the end of the run for Team Saber.
Oh
too,
my
right?
God! Look at the damage.
Oh, that's the wrong way. They got the timer for this, but that is a lot of lost health for Char. He's going to have to rest up before he hyper loops, otherwise it's going to be an extremely risky one. Where do they even go at this point? Is it going to be...
Probably
if they go to
factory.
Chapel, that's so bad. Yeah, they have to go factory, right? But they don't know. They don't know which zones are open. There it is.
Oh, yeah, they go factory. They will be keeping in there. So yeah, slight misinput from the Rio. You know, using the ult in the wrong direction, but it's okay. You know, we didn't really see that one. As yeah, Team Asher, they're sitting on only 10 seconds of time. And Team QC as well. They did burn all that timer from that wick line. Remember, so they are down about 20 seconds coming into this temporary final zone. Same thing with Team Asher though. So they're gonna need to look to maybe get these kills, maybe win these team fights so they can recoup their losses.
Team Non-Responsible is in such a good spot right now. Any of the teams that are sitting inside a factory at the moment, or even close to contending the hospital zone, they are all on low timer. Or
oh my God! Is that a Blood Axe for that Estelle? It is. They're also just sitting on a Mithril as well. I'm surprised these teams are just sitting on these Mithrils and not maybe making water out of it. The 9 defense definitely does help a lot. Sebi's just gonna find an angle back into the back line here. Great peel back from Team FearX. They are playing this front to back really well here. Roz are going to be able to get that double flay. Is it going to be enough? They do end up proccing the play dead off on Shinonome. Bomb's going to blink on forward, and they will be able to secure Shinonome. And I think that is going to be it. They need to secure this body to get this thirst heal on for Rosner. They do end up getting it. He does end up getting the heal back, but Sebi is still doing a lot of damage. He does end up trading Bum here, and Rosner falls as well. But wait a second. The Haze is going to be able to knock down. Ooh, a nice range trap.
I've seen this before.
Here's the heal drone. Oh my God, it's so close. The bodies need to explode here, or the thirst heal is going to be way too much. And a third party is here for Team Asher, and a disaster for both teams, as it is going to be it for BNK FearX and for Team QC. A really close fight between the two, but both teams at a complete loss, going to lose 2 members, and they are going to have to give the kill over these other full teams.
And this only helps Team Non-Responsible, right? All the teams that are alive right now, they're in contest for top 4 if I remember correctly, which means every single team that starts to fall from this point is helpful for Team Non-Responsible. Those extra 1 single point is going to benefit them so much. Xenophine sitting inside of hospital, there is nobody else here, my friend. You are by yourself up against an absolute...
Yeah, I think he's just waiting. I think both teams are just waiting for that extra placement point, but it looks like it's going to go over to BNK FearX.
Goodness gracious. Alright, down goes Team 2 seats. Xenophine is gone. BNK FearX Hollinsher figures out that he is in 3rd place. He's going to start walking in. He's done his job. Down he goes.
Oh, he got one! He got one!
What? What?
Not bad, not bad. You take that any day as BNK FearX, an extra point. G-Work just getting instantly shredded down there from the Haze. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Alright, well, there you go. Shotgun into the grenade launcher, into SMG burst. It's enough at this late into the game, especially if you have the Hellfire, I suppose. But here we go. Team Non-Responsible. They have a long way to check in. It is factory final zone with an Adriana. It's not bad, but this also really benefits G-Work. These tight quarters making it very difficult. Look at those pawn pieces down on the ground. Very, very difficult for Non-Responsible to start walking
G-Work
in.
Can get a nice knock up. As soon as they walk in, there's a double knock up there. But the damage trade coming into G-Work here. Oh, G-Work tried to look for an angle, but is gonna instantly fall here. I think G-Work. Oh wait, he does actually end up trading 1 for 1 though, so it's actually not too bad and the Estelle died on the backside, it looks like. So it will be a Asher win. I don't think... Wait a second. Can he find an angle?
Wait a second.
He does end up finding an angle onto Rio. And I don't think Alonso has enough damage to kill Dema, and is going to be non-responsible taking the win.
No way! NXA, the hero play, and this play right here, Super, might actually be the thing that puts them into contest for the finals. Absolutely incredible play coming from NXA. He turns the fight around, the 1v2 coming from the Dema in the late game, and that right there is why ADC struggles so much against the Dema. You just don't have time to auto attack.
I think the Rio kind of mispositioned there, but it was a great capitalization from the Dema, just able to find that angle. The Rio I think walked a little too far forward. It was basically secured in the bag there, just had to not get killed, and Dema instantly punishing, finding that angle, and then once the Rio is dead, there's nothing Alonso can really do into a Dema versus a 1v1. And yeah, this is lights out. Very well played from Team Non-Responsible, and this Dema, they're just playing out of their mind in this series.
Dude, NXA is such a hero for Team Non-Responsible. I mean, Lily is doing a lot of damage too, and he was able to out-sustain the burst coming through from Georg, so you got to give credit where credit is due too. But holy moly, NXA is just farming clips tonight. It's amazing how this Dema is able to just constantly pump out the damage. It's so late into the game. I really don't get how Team Non-Responsible is constantly getting these triple blood items on these three players with over and over again consistency throughout the course of the series. This is a Wildcards and an ERM with a new team on the block constantly getting these triple blood weapons. Almost unheard of.
Yeah, and they are going to be sitting in a really comfortable spot now. They got that win, so they should be in the top 4 going into game number 5. We're gonna have to see with the scoreboard coming up very shortly. I'm very excited to see, how it moves up, because it is going to be the last game. Sorry, not game 5, game 6 is going to be the last game, and there's a lot of teams in contention to make it out here.
Absolutely. This is going to be a fun game number 6. I'm so excited to see what the scoreboard is going to look like. And you know what I said during the break, Super. I told you that I really wish Non-Responsible gets out of this. Holy crap, after a game like that, they are absolutely in contest for the Final 4. Game 6 just has to go a little bit well for them, and they should be able to manage them and eke out a victory into the finals tomorrow. Hopefully, I didn't just cast or curse it, but... oh, it is so exciting watching that team.
Yeah, this is a lot unfortunate for Team Asher and Team BNK FearX, because they're in a really nice spot. Or sorry, not Asher. I think it was Team Choose Seat and BNK FearX, because they're in a really nice spot. But they basically just ended up taking each other out, right? Because they had a 3v3 in Chapel. 2 members went down, and then a third party just came out of nowhere and just cleaned everything up. So, kind of... made it so both teams weren't able to win, and they had to feed the kill over to their competitors as well. So yeah, we're going to see with the scoreboard coming up here, it is going to be Team Asher sitting in first place with 69 points. We have DHC and J in second with 58, Sparkle Esports in third with 57, Choose Seat in fourth with 56, and Non-Responsible, they're still in 5th place, so they're not in the top 4 just yet, but they're only 2 points behind. So if they just have a nice, clean game of number 6, they should make it in. BNK FearX, 7 points behind 4th place, so it is looking a little sketchy for BNK FearX. But if they just win it out here, they have a nice game 6, they should be able to make it in as well. But I think, unfortunately for Team High and Team Saber, I think that is it for these two teams.
Yeah, they're not making up that point difference. You talked about it earlier, 30 plus team kills. Yeah, go to a different universe, maybe, but not this one.
Team High needs 29 points, and Team Saber needs 32, like 29 points.
Just to break
How much is that? 29 points just to break even is 21 field kills, so they need Choose Seat to go. They need Choose Seat, Non-Responsible, and BNK first to all go 8. And they also need a 21 field kill game. So yeah, I think it's a little cooked for Team High and Team Saber, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, they made it to Wildcards, so they should definitely be proud of themselves. But going into the future, they definitely maybe need to go back to the drawing board, maybe to figure out, what team comps are actually going to be able to work, in these lobbies.
Exactly, and it's a little bit disappointing, I think, for Team Saber especially, because again, for the first few games, they got a lot of kills. they had a ton of kills. They had 10 kills by game 2. That is actually pretty good, I would have to say, when you are not getting any placement points. It means you're getting taken out relatively early in the game.
If you look at their total points compared to the field kills, they only got 2 placement points in the 5 games. So yeah, I think they definitely have to work on maybe playing a little more safe and not taking these these maybe risky team fights, or maybe it's just them just losing these 3v3s. They just maybe have to work on their team fighting a little more in the future.
Inherently, when you're running something like the Alonzo, you're always going to be running that risk where you are just not going to be able to run away. We've talked about it again and again and again. We even saw it at the beginning of the series here today, where an Alonzo was left by his lonesome. He can't waddle away from anything. He's way too slow and moving around. It's a little bit brutal, but it is just the way that the cookie crumbles sometimes. Here we go, though, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 6, character loading screen is underway. All characters are on the board, and all right. That's not us. This is us. Hello.
Hello. We are, I guess, technical difficulties. I don't know what exactly happened because I guess because usually when someone or the lobby breaks, you go back into the lobby screen, but like they just went straight back to the
I think the observer
home
is the
screen.
one that disconnected.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll have to get back with you guys there. So how was your day, Shubi?
Now, you say how was your day, but the only thing I've done so far is wake up and watch ERM. I would say that's a good day.
ERM has been pretty good so far. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think Wildcards has been an absolute blast. It's definitely living up to the expectations that I was walking into today. Non-responsible stepping up like this is really ramping up the fun factor of this series overall. All the other teams are definitely one of those that I would expect to do really well, and they have been. But non-responsible is just upping the echelon of how much fun I'm having today watching this.
Yeah, I really do hope they make it out as well. No caster bias, but they are a team that we haven't seen, or these players we haven't really seen, at all in the competitive scene. So seeing this underdog team come out, they're able to play this comp really well. I do want to see them, and I do want to see how they would shape up again, into these other teams that did end up making it. From day one already straight into the finals.
And me and my history of being an underdog, rooting for the underdogs. That's how I pretty much became to be existent in the Turtle Return community. Just watching teams like this, just showing up for the first time and really giving us a show is just an incredible feat that, I can personally relate to. It is absolutely fun watching something like this. And if we're able to see Team Non-Responsible go into the finals tomorrow, I think this might genuinely actually be the first time I see a roster full of new players coming onto the block or coming into the scene, just going straight to the finals in the first ever appearance they've made in here.
Yeah, the point difference was really close. I think it was only the first place, which was Team Asher, that's basically has their spot secured. I think the other 3 teams, so from 2nd to 4th, it was only about a 7-point difference. So yeah, Team Non-Responsible, if they have a good Game 6, they'll definitely be able to make it in.
Yeah, we also knew that Team Choose Seed can falter as well, right? Only a 2-point difference between Team Choose Seed and Non-Responsible. There have been games, especially yesterday, during the group stages, they really faltered a lot in the first couple of games and only managed to pick themselves up in games 3 and 4. That happens again for Team Choose Seed. I mean, there is a high possibility Non-Responsible is going to be able to do it. But on the flip side, on the other side of the token, we also know that Team Non-Responsible can falter pretty early on as well. And again, I'm going to give a little bit of a leeway on that because they are a new team on the block for the ERM scene. But for a game number 6, that cannot fly.
Yeah, I mean, the recent 2 games, though, they've been doing really well. I think they won the last 2, so I think they're on a hot streak right now. They're definitely feeling it. And, this is the perfect swing of momentum they need for, this last game to qualify.
But just because you have that swing doesn't mean you gotta overswing it. You're gonna start flying off that swing and go over to the moon. Sometimes you gotta hold your breath.
Yeah, you definitely can't get too overzealous. You just have to make sure you're able to lock down some of these teams and make sure you're all playing to your best. But yeah, it's really just a nice feeling to have the last 2 games under your belt, so your team comp is working. How aggressive you could be into these teams. So I'm just excited to see this this last game.
Yeah, me as well. It's all been building up into this. The last game is going to be coming soon, guys. The character selection should be coming up online. We'll see what the weather is looking like, what kind of characters and rosters are going to be able to utilize it to the fullest. So let's send it into the character select for the final game. Again, no bans coming in. It is going to be a sunny day with a little bit of winds. Not that bad of weather. It is a great day in Lumi Island.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see, what these teams do end up picking out. Is that what I think I'm seeing? They're playing triple. I think they know they're qualified. They're just gonna last game with the triple strider. Oh no, triple strider, triple frailty, huh?
Yeah, Charlotte runs strider.
Charlotte frailty, yeah. Okay, they're swapping, but like they are playing. I don't know about the triple frailty though.
Run strider, dude.
Okay, they're going back. They're going back.
Having a little fun with us. All right.
I thought for a second, like they're just gonna have. I think it is still, the main stage here. They want to make sure, they practice into these teams, as much as possible, because they will have to play it into 4 of them tomorrow, anyways. And yeah, I don't think we have really any changes. I think we do have Team High. They're on the ERM instead this game. The ERM, Felix, and the Priya.
Indeed, and we're gonna have a counter pick of the Felix coming through from Belzer. This is a classic pick from Belzer that he's played several times in the past for a competitive scene. It's gonna be back with Curry again on the hard. We didn't really see any Peacemaker plays on the one game. He's already played hard in the series so far, so maybe this time it'll be a little bit different. I do want to see how professional teams are going to utilize that skill, because in the end, the main reason why Heart was changed in rework was because of how effective she was in competitive with the old version of Peacemaker in Season 4. The difference between how effective people were able to use that in competitive and even just in ranked was monumentally different.
Yeah, that's the reason why they did end up changing the ultimate, and I think the new ultimate it definitely has its own, twist on it, and I think it's pretty unique with, having that ability where, you can't end up dying in it. But I don't think we've really seen like a big swing with the ultimate just yet with this character.
Because we know of an example of that in another game that some of us might be a little bit familiar with, and we know exactly what kind of shenanigans can happen inside of these kind of ultimates. In Eternal Return, I think it's even more pronounced as well, because there's a lot of things that can go wrong to your health bar when it's super low like that. In comparison to the other game where, you have a little bit of leeway because there's so many more things that can happen in a team fight because of the number of differences and how many people are actually in it. This time around in Eternal Return, once your health bar gets taken pretty low, everybody is given the power for the most part to just burst that away immediately. So if you time things well after the Peacemaker's gone, who cares about the Peacemaker? You're just dead.
Yeah, it's a really strong ultimate because getting that down can really swing a team fight, but being able to deny, like an early down fight is just is really strong. But it looks like they're gonna find an angle again this time. Will they be able to kill Sebi? They do. I think the Rozzy has some extra items this time around, but Xenophine gonna try looking for an angle here. Looks like they are gonna be able to get away. You're gonna use that White Lily to get on out of there. Xenophine still on half HP. They're gonna respawn. They're actually gonna turn their angles onto Shinonome, and Shinome's gonna fall, and yeah, Team Asher, they're gonna pick up 3 kills.
Okay, that's pretty sick. That's a great start for Team Astra and a terrible start for Team 2C, and now it's looking pretty good for Team Non-Responsible, although they don't know about that just yet. Team 2C is definitely on the back foot. Playdead is going to be down for the next 60 or so seconds. They've made that a little bit more accessible even in the earlier stages of the game. Jenny is level 7. She's not going to have that level 3 Playdead, but as I mentioned, she's going to have a pretty low cooldown that she's going to be able to enjoy in the next minute or so, whereas Sebi, same thing as Team 2C does all the time, completely split apart from the rest of his team. His boots aren't even completed as an Ekion. That has got to feel atrocious.
Xenophine as well. Look at Xenophine's items. They got no items here. Team DHCNJ, they're looking for an angle onto this Estelle. The Estelle dealing so much damage with the Molotovs. They're just being chucked from so far away. And they're going to turn their angles back onto the Estelle once again, and he's going to get CC comboed. They're going to instantly fall. And it looks like they're going to look for some more. Maybe they could find Lily here. Lily just going to use the fire. Going to get a lot of damage on the back foot here. But right under their noses, they're taking the dogs away from this team here, and here's the angle. Ooh, a great change coming out from the Emma. Here's the combo. There's the ultimate with the Helitack stat, but the Estelle falls instantly. And they're not going to be able to find. Wait a second, maybe the Dema does actually end up cooking. They do end up killing KCW, and the Emma's going to fall as well.
Is there no healing reduction on Team DHC and J? That Vampiric Bloodline just healed so much. Look at that, fully stacked up throughout the entire course of the fight. Dude,
Wow,
I don't know how you do it.
Playing out of his mind, he just finds the angle to win that 1v2, killing the Yan, and then yeah, it just lights out for DHC and J. The Emma, you know, completely isolated from their team. The Adri coming back in to support the Dema, and they do end up picking up 2 kills for themselves. As DHC and J, as soon as they're back up, they're looking for some more kills here. They want to be as aggressive as possible. Already on 2 field kills. Gonna be looking for Sebi here. Sebi in the middle. It does go over to DHC and J, and now they're sitting on 3.
More fights on the north side of the map. Team non-responsible. Double knockup coming through from Kyungkwae. Now Lily stuck in a little bit of an awkward situation. There's the lockdown from the Felix. Smashed into the ground. Goomba stomped down the Adriana. Kyungkwae in a little bit of trouble. There's the Echoes of the Earth trying to recover a little bit.
And he finds it.
Though. Alright, here we go. NXA. He still has full stacks on the Vampiric Bloodline. He's actually can do a lot of big damage here. Oh, the parry gets tagged by the corner too. This is really bad. 1 second left on the Adriana. I think they'll be fine. Thunderstrike goes completely wide. Could have been a little bit dangerous, but it is an extra kill going into the hands of Team Non-Responsible. They aren't going to be able to pick up any objectives in day number 2, but here we go. A fight over the meteorite on the south side. The beach area is just massive. Double Tomahawk Roundhouse. There's the Peacemaker finally coming in. Felix just barely staying alive for a little bit longer, and it's going to be enough. There's the turn from Team Saber, and that's the fight that they've been looking for pretty much the entire night. But Sebi coming in, that's really bad. No, the meteorite wasn't even secured. What a devastating loss for Team Saber. They're gonna get taken down. BA, DHC, and J just kind of sitting there saying, hey.
Team Choose Seed once again reaping all the rewards, getting that tree, and then moving on down to the meteor. Teams are fighting. This happened in another game as well. It was in Cemetery down into Warehouse. And they get to RNG. They're going to be sitting in a nice comfortable spot for themselves here. As, yeah, it will be Team Saber. They do find that nice Peacemaker to turn that fight, but yeah, the third party is just there.
Maybe today just isn't Saber's day. Oh boy, they're getting a lot of kills, but none of the objectives are actually going in their favor. They're going to pick up another kill here as well. There is no way Peksu is running away from a Felix. That just does not happen. Down it goes. Dialing down. It's going to be DHC and J down a member. Despite having 5 kills, they are...
Oh my god.
Alright, counter that. I guess it is Team Saber's day. Not
I
exactly
think
the way they
a
want
little
it.
too late though, because it is in game number 6. So a little unfortunate that they're getting all this RNG where when it really probably won't matter because I don't think they can really qualify anymore. But oh my god, the combo coming out to Rosner, and then the White Lily to get G-Work out to safety as Bum tries to turn it after the cooldowns are spent, but Bum will end up falling there.
This helps Team Non-Responsible. The Team Non-Responsible again. BNK4X, they're in what I think 6th place right now. Also trying desperately to make it out of elimination. If Team BNK4X start faltering, Non-Responsible is good. And I feel like I am definitely on a caster bias right now, but I really want to see Non-Responsible succeed. And I'm sorry, guys. You guys are going to hear this all the time during game number 6 while they're alive. I'm going to have my hopes up. I want to watch this team actually make it into the finals, because that's going to be a story of a lifetime. Sebi, okay, there you go. Get back in there.
I thought they were going to play for the battle zone, but I think they just got zoned out there. Just opted not to. The heart this time on that on the AO die. So maybe last time it was miscraft here. So we might have a fight on our hands here. Rosner actually gonna blink on forward, gonna get that flay. Bum gonna try looking for an angle, but the Soul Stealer just procced from the other team, and they're just gonna completely disengage. And now BNK4X, they don't really have ultimates to work with, so maybe they can look for re-engage. On the top side here, we do have Non-Responsible. Satin gonna fall to the Dema here. It is gonna be a 2v2. NXA, I've seen him win these. Dema is able to deal a lot of damage. Here comes Ultimate, actually gonna land onto 2. The paint is gonna go through. The knockup is actually gonna go a little wide here, and they instantly kill Curry. A great combo, great CC chain from Non-Responsible, and they are able to turn that fight.
I don't think I've ever seen this much of effective use on Twins Rush in a single series ever from any demo player in a competitive setting. The only time I've ever really seen it being utilized to this level was maybe Internet Rap during an ERCS game in Season 4. That one game he just randomly went off the Darko and played the demo instead. He won several 1v3s. I feel like I'm seeing that again from NXA. His performance on this demo has been stellar in the past couple of games. And again, 5 kills on their hands right now. They're actually above Team Juicy when it comes to points. They really can do this.
Yeah, 5 kills already. They're sitting in a nice spot. They got a lot of transitions from, killing these teams. They're getting a lot of these credits. Ooh, I like this play, this vision play. They actually don't see anything. Here comes a double poly, but there's no follow-up on the backside here. They're gonna get instantly, Scarlet is instantly gonna get pulled down, and the timing is perfect from Shinonome on that totem. Gonna get carpeted back, and it will be Team Sparkle Esports actually gonna lose a member on the top side here. Team KCW completely isolated from this team, and it will be Team High gonna be able to claim one for themselves there with 8 kills. So they're sitting with a lot of kills, but like I said, we need a miracle here. They need to get about 30 kills if they want to qualify.
Another fight on the north side. Dema gets taken down. Jumo. Oh, unfortunately, the Q not going to land from NXA. He's trying to recover as much as possible.
I see him. I saw Wendy's.
Yeah, well, I've seen this before, but the damage is there. Lily, he needs to get out. It is a Knight 2 death, so he's actually going to be able to at least resurrect his teammates, but they're chasing it in! No! No, that is all the points Team Non-Responsible is going to get, and now it's all down to Team Chu Seed and Team BNK Furex. They need to survive. They need to get the kills. If they're able to overtake Team Non-Responsible, they might be able to do it, but it's not looking good for Team Saber. Holy crap! BNK Furex just wiped the team of Saber off of Lumia Island. They're trying to fight it out. They're trying to get into non-elimination territory.
Yeah, Non-Responsible. I think they got a little too overconfident there after their wins. The demo just playing it as aggressive as possible, and then they instantly pay the price as G-Work finds that blink, gets that queen onto the Adriana from their escape, and do end up falling. And on the other side, BNK Furex, a great team fight from them, very, very nicely played. I don't think any of them drop below like half HP, so yeah, they just completely dominated over Team Saber.
If anything, for Team Non-Responsible, I think the past couple of games has actually been the downfall of that fight, because I think Lily trusted NXA too much.
I think NXA he egoed it so hard because of, I think, the previous games where he's just been 1v3 in every team.
Yep.
And I think he tried again, and this time, unfortunately, it didn't really work. So.
Yeah. Ooh, that's gotta be rough. You really do have to calm down in situations like this. And now it all comes down to math, right? For Team Non-Responsible, I think they can only allow one more kill from Team Chu Seed. If they go any above that, first of all, tiebreaker is not going to work in their favor because the amount of kills that Team Chu Seed has. And on top of that, even if they do tie, and the kills are also tied as well, Chu Seed just has better rank in this one. So every single tiebreaker, they're just going to lose out on. Team Chu Seed needs to go out now with 0 kills on hand. Otherwise,
I think it's looking a little cooked.
Yeah.
They got some items here. They just need to play a little safe. I think Chu Seed knows they don't need to play as aggressive for the final game here. They just need to make sure they're in. They have a decent game, like a decent game 6.
Yeah, purple box is going to be secured by Team 2C. Let's see what is going to be picked up from this box. I'm going to be keeping track of Sebi. It's just a mithril. Actually, that's pretty big.
Oh my god, there's the Adela objective take. Holy moly. I think that was 4k HP, just got it in a second.
Heck yeah. And it wasn't even the checkmate invested either, right? It was just plain.
Yeah, it was just a combo.
Good stuff. Again, I did see the mithril picked up for Sebi. That's going to be built up into the racing helmet for Shinonome. Really, really good damage spike. Perfect item coming in exactly at the time that he needed. I believe he just called in a blood sample as well, so it's going to be the high noon secured for the Jenny. Now Team Juicy is in prime position to at least hold a decent amount of control over the remaining, maybe 10 or so minutes of this game. But a fight inside a chapel, it's going to be between BNK Furex and Team High. There's a signature fireball down. Smoke screen is good. Bum's still swishing around inside of this fight.
God.
Damage is insane. He's still trying to get this done, but Bum is untouched throughout the course of this fight. Look at the health bars on the side of Team High. BNK Furex, they're all down, but Bum is still alive. Oh, Yonkei has to leave. That is not the targeting you want to look for. And this time around, by targeting everybody else, Bum was untouched, and he just dominates the fight.
Wow, I mean, there's a double spear knockup from the Felix into the spear weaving as well. I'm surprised they weren't able to capitalize on that. Maybe no follow up, and yeah, Bomb just able to get his fireballs back up. They did end up getting used early on to the fight, so I was a little worried, but they were able to get it back. And yeah, once the William has the 3 fireballs, is able to deal so much damage in the backline.
They're still fighting. BNK Fearx is still fighting. William is so strong right now. The haze is slowly building up to the point where she is going to be unstoppable too. If they get to the point and actually secure enough kills and deny Chuseat from getting any more kills, there is a very likely chance that they can do something about this leaderboard. There is a lot on stake for multiple teams across this lobby at the moment. Team High, listen man, they got 10 kills, but now that it's turned day 4, time is kind of running out for them to procure anymore. It's looking a little bit doomed for them, and we'll see. Team 2C now looking for a little bit more. Sebi completely isolated. He's taking down 2 mages. They don't really have damage to kill Chuseat. Oh, whoa!
Yeah, Sebi knows that they don't really have damage, so he could just wreak havoc in the backline here. As on the other side, Fauna ends up getting caught. But wait a second,
no!
Maybe they do have damage. As I think over time, the mages will end up doing a lot. But here's a third party coming from Team High. I think they'll be able to find any members of Team Scarlet Esports. It looks like they're not going to. Team Scarlet Esports also floating on about 1,100 credits, so they definitely don't want to take any fights, unnecessary fights here, as they will drop their kiosks and they will buy this blood.
Oh, the numbers, Super. The numbers are still working. Everybody still has a chance that is still alive, fighting for that 4th place spot. But here we go, Team High now looking to fight it out up against Team BNK Fearx. Whiplash is not going to land on anybody, but Team High is a bit split apart. We'll just disengage back into Uptown for these players, maybe walk back into Forest instead, because Uptown is closing in about 20 seconds. Wickeline is going to be so important. Super, and it's spawning in Forest. There's a lot of teams here. Transition picked up, and it's a Force Core. By the way, a huge transition, and now G-Work's going to pick that up. It's either going to be Persona or the Dragon Scales. Which one is it of the two? Let's see. What do you get?
Probably already has the Persona. It has to be the D-Scale here, right?
There
it is a D-Scale for this Adela. So Adela is going to be really strong. Probably can one-shot tanks as well. But wait a second. Look at where G-Work's positioned here. A little far behind. Fearx does want to play for the Wick line as well. Asher. They do have this Adela burst for this Wick line, so they can get this smite here. Who's gonna get it? It will be G-Work. Jumo just gonna use their W damage reduction to get on out of there. As Rosner already chunked down to half HP as well. The item's still on the Wick, and it's gonna go over to the hands of BNK Fearx.
Okay, there's at least something procured by Team BNK Fearx. I don't know what they were able to secure. Oh, it was just another transition. The blood sample actually going over into the hands of Team Asher. It will be the Nosferatu built up. That's massive.
Wow, look at the Adela's app. 1,056 with about 30% or 20% armor pen because of the blood weapon and the D scale. So that Adela is looking really strong.
This is one-shot Sebi range, by the way, for the damage output that G-Work can actually put down. All of our tanks now left in this game, maybe save for an Alonzo that only exists on their team, is very susceptible to falling down out of nowhere if they check the wrong bush, if they get caught out by maybe a telephoto camera and just walk into a queen. There are so many things that could go wrong for so many teams remaining in this game right now, and it's all in the hands of Team Asher. As soon as they see the Wickeline Blood team, they gotta leave.
Yeah, they're gonna walk on into Beach, gonna take their console, and the other two teams, they know how strong Team Asher is. They're just gonna walk on out of there as well.
The Team Chuseat still staying alive. They want to just make it as far as possible. Any additional single placement points is going to go a long way for these guys. See what ends up happening. BNK Fearx positioning around the school kiosk. Nothing really being done as Forest is also closed. Hotel closed as well. Final 3 zones that we're going to have on our hands is going to be school, hotel, and beach, which means final zone is hotel. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, it is clear weather as well, so these teams should have that extra vision range. All these teams, they know they are pretty close in contention to qualifying here, so they're all playing pretty safe. We got 6 full teams left. And none of them want to take any team fights.
Absolutely not. A couple teams sitting inside gas station right now. None of them want to take anything but Team 2C. They're trying to find something. Sebi taken down to about half HP, but the fight is split. Look at this. The Felix is just completely gone. Hikasi just on the backside. Third party coming in. Sebi's gotta leave. They gotta leave. They have to leave. But look at Seraphine. Look at Seraphine. He's dead. He is dead. 2C down a member. That is devastating. Although, wait a second. No
They get the rest
way.
here.
Are they gonna let this happen?
Shinonome can get the res off as Team Asher was pushing back Team High. Team High, maybe they can look for an angle. No, Seraphine is back up. But wait a second, they're gonna run straight into the hands of Team High. Shinonome actually gonna walk on into their hands there, and Asher is here to third party again, and they're actually gonna lose 2 members this time.
No, you cannot tell me this is how Team 2C falls. You cannot. Sebi is the last one alive, and when it comes to ratting, Ekion is extremely good. But look at the zones that are open right now, Super. There are no condensed animal locations at all. Sebi, if he's gonna dash
Lumi's on the bottom side.
Yeah, he's gonna be found. High's here.
Oh no. Sebi does have the dashes. Is gonna dash on out of there. Lumi is gonna make their way on over to school, but there are a lot of teams here to deny. Ooh, a great pull from Rosner. The Blue Viper doesn't connect though, so Scarlet is going to be able to get out there for free. I see Asher is going to pressure BNK Fearx. Rosner already down to half HP. A little scary for this team. Here comes the Soul Stealer. They're going to find the point. Ooh, a good blink reaction though from the Haze, as they're just going to kite back, and yeah, very scary for these teams.
Oh, Sebi, he's caught out once again. His timer sitting at 15 seconds. He's going to be forced in the beach where there is a team waiting again. It's going to be DHC and J. They're walking up. They know exactly what's going on. Sebi, you need to live, man. You need to get placement points. G-Work on the other end. He gets taken down. Down he goes. It's a 1-for-1 trade so far, but Bum is still alive. Char's still trying to put down the damage as much as possible. Jumo's going to get the shield out of the solar system miniature. He's still trying to go in. He knows that this is a do-or-die situation. But Bum, oh my god, the damage is there. Down he goes. It's going to be gonzos for Team Asher. 13 kills on him, but that's all they get. Team 2C. Sebi's still trying to stay alive, but he has no resets. He's going to get the White Lily over the wall. Still staying alive. Still looking for these placement points.
Yeah, and Bomb just able to find these angles, able to deal so much damage for his team, as Willem is just wreaking havoc on these enemy teams. Sparkle Esports, they're in the zone as well. Oh no, Sebi is found out here. I don't think Sebi is going to be able to get out of here. He does get the reset on his full bar, but the rockets are chunking him down. He's only on 14 seconds of timer. Sparkle Esports gonna start to maybe take control of the zone. Bum does already have the 3 fastballs, so maybe he can find an angle here. It's all gonna come down to this.
All comes down to this indeed. BNK Fearx looking for a possible win, maybe making it just enough points to get into the top 4. Sebi still trying to get the placement point that he needs in order to get to the top 4. Everybody's looking for the top 4 spot right now. Unfortunately, Sebi sitting on 5 seconds. I think he's ran out. I think his expiration date is due to 1 and a 0. Time is ran out. Kill goes over to BNK Fearx. Now their timer is looking really good. There is a beautiful pull over onto Fauna. He's going to be forced to use a Soul Link. It's already been invested, but the kills, it's nowhere to be seen. Bum is just completely open. He gets it free. Auto attack range towards Tomaron. Down goes the Celine. Oh my god, it is just a masterclass on how to play the Lennox. Down goes Scarlet in just a couple moments. The fastball is not enough, but his timer is about to run out. And it's going to be BNK Fearx looking for a possible win, looking for an upset, looking for the top 4. Whereas on the other side of the map, DHC and J, Bin, he doesn't get the kill! He doesn't get the kill credit! He didn't get the timer!
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I don't know if he would have had enough though, because I think Emma still had like an extra 11 seconds over him, but would have been able to take that fight. But yeah, DHC and J, I think they're also a team that was in contention as well, so they have a nice 9 kills. BNK Fearx though, they're on 13 kills. They're gonna play the final 3v3 here. I think they might have enough points to make it in.
I think so. If they get 3 additional kills, they get 16 plus 8, 24 points off of the final game, which would be massive. And if I'm going to be honest with you, I think you're right. Might almost guarantee them a spot in the top 4. But if they don't get that, it's still up in the air, right? I'm not doing the math exactly right now.
Not full items for this final zone. So again, like I said, DHC and J, they're always a little far behind, I think, in terms of items. So obviously BNK Furex, they're already fully kitted out here. They're gonna look for an angle. Maybe use the poke from the haze. Gonna get a nice
Oh, how do you fight this?
grenade launcher, and the rockets are coming through. They're not gonna connect onto any of these members. The CPW does look for an angle. It goes completely wide, and he's dead.
Alright, well, there's a kill. DHCNJ, they might have given it to BNK Furex. It's their last hurrah. The fights are happening. The
my
slides
God,
are happening.
and
It is
they
a
dodge
baseball MLB run for Bum. He's got the strikes. He's got the strikes out. 1, 2, 3. You are gone. GG's to BNK Furex. 16 team kills, 24 points in game number 4, and they may have just punched their way to the final.
That's exactly what they needed. And if you are a BNK Furex fan, it looks like they will be making it for tomorrow. I think they probably secured themselves in the top 2 with that performance. The 16 field kills is quite a bit, and definitely nothing to scoff at.
The last hurrah of BNK Furex. Hunter subbing in was indeed the answer for games 5 and 6. GG's to that team, and now the scoreboard is going to be very, 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 very volatile. I think you're right too. They may have honestly gotten themselves even into second place with that game alone. All we can do is just sit here and wait, because goodness gracious, BNK Furex just completely broke the barriers of what would have been possible in game 6 for them.
Yeah, a nice impressive showing at the very end here. They needed this win. I think they were in like 6th place, right, is what you said. So very, very, very nice. So this was one of our, teams, one of our favorited teams for this season. So, or from previous seasons, obviously, they did end up winning. I think season 3 and season 4 they had a pretty good showing as well. So it's nice to see them back in their form. Kind of sad, it's not on the Suwa from Rosner. It's on the Lennox instead.
Indeed, but it is what it is. I see the BNK Furex Discord going absolutely bonkers right now as well. I think they've done the math. I think they know the numbers. But again, for us, we just have to wait, because I don't want to confirm anything before we see the final numbers. Yeah, they are going off. I can't even keep track of what is happening. It's the Discord server, man, not Twitch chat. What's going on over there?
Yeah, I mean, BNK Furex has a lot of fans. I think they do host these offline events every now and then. So there's a lot of people cheering for them, and I think today they've definitely done their fans proud, as they will be making it to the finals.
Absolutely. What an incredible game to round out the wildcards. It was such a fun day today to watch all these players play in this series. My goodness, again, as I mentioned earlier, it just completely blew my expectations out of the water. They played so well today, every single team with their macro decisions, every single team with their micro decisions. NXA popping off on the demo. We got Bum popping off on the William. We got Chart playing the Rozzy and popping off on that too. I got everything I wanted.
Yeah, but I think tomorrow is going to be an even better day, because we have the teams that already qualified from the qualifiers going to be playing in tomorrow. We're going to get a matchup between maybe Romatic and Bum's
William, no way. And Songnam Box is there too, so maybe even DDO.
Yeah, maybe DDO. Maybe the William band does end up coming out to fruition. No. And also, we do have Sad Hands team, gonna be playing as well tomorrow. I'm really excited.
Are we gonna see finals. A Rozzy William counter triple band? That would be the funniest thing in the world if it actually happens tomorrow.
The GOX team did play the Rozzy as well, so we could actually have a Rozzy band too. Potentially.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of things that can happen tomorrow, Super, and it all depends on which 4 teams are going to move on after today. Of course, even for the bottom 4 teams, I think they all played extremely well. We have had our remarks on Team High as well as Team Saber, but we both know already that they're high caliber teams. Today wasn't really their day, especially for Saber. We saw it in Game 6. Yeah, it wasn't until they got the double transitions, but by then it was too late.
Yeah, they had. I don't even know. Did they get any placement points this game or no? I hope they did. I hope they did.
Do the math.
All right, well, we are going to jump straight into it. They did it.
No.
They only had 2 placement points. Very unfortunate. But our 4 teams coming forward tomorrow will be Team Asher, Team BNK Furex, DHCNJ, and Sparkle Esports. Heartbreak for Team Two Seat and non-responsible. I'm only missing the cutoff by 2 points.
Yeah, and look at that. Team non-responsible. If they got the 2 points with any kills with that, they would have broken the tiebreaker. If Team Chusi got, 2 kills, 2 placements or anything like that, they probably could have broken through because Chusi did place over Sparkle Esports. So many what-ifs that could have happened in the series, but this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is what we are locked in for. Asher, BNK4X, DHCNJ, and Sparkle Esports will be your 4 teams that are going to be joining the top 2 from each group that qualified into the finals from yesterday.
Yeah, when you do have, a point total that's this close, I really hope the players don't lose any sleep because, it is kind of heartbreak when you are, off by, just 2, so many what ifs, like you said, right? Like, what if, we got these kills? What if we won, this team fight? What if we just ratted, for like 1 extra placement? At least none of the teams minus points, right? So I don't think any of those teams minus points. So
NCM. Oh no, not NCMB. What was it? It was non-responsible. Did lose.
Oh, they -1 from the Adri, but I mean it's only -1. Like if they -2, then there would be like some head scratches over there. Yeah, then you're gonna lose sleep over it. But I think all teams though they definitely had a great showing for today. So even if the the bottom 4 teams they make it in. It's just great seeing them. And we do have the final teams we're going to see for tomorrow. I'm very excited for all these teams. All these teams, they played really well. And they definitely deserve to be in the finals for tomorrow.
Absolutely. For those of you guys who aren't watching but are only listening, our 8 teams playing tomorrow for the finals is going to be Cartel, Mira, and Sejong from Group A in the group stages, Auto Arms and Seongnam Rocks from Group B in the group stages. Asher, BNK4X, DHCNJ, and Sparkle Esports once again coming through from the Wildcards. Congratulations to these teams, and we will see them in the finals tomorrow to determine who is going to take away the first place trophy of the first phase of Season 5 Eternal Return Masters.
Yeah, what a day today, Shuvi. I had a lot. These games were a treat to watch. We saw, some really flashy William plays. We saw, some really great macro plays. Just overall, I think all these teams played really well. And yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow.
Absolutely incredible. Super. They got the Korean interview going for the team that won, Team Asher, but we're not here to translate all that because we already had our fun. Ladies and gentlemen, again, please join us tomorrow for the finals happening at 3 a.m. not p.m. Holy crap, though. Yeah, that's too late. 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time as well as 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. We are gonna that is the Wildcards. Nope, that is the wrong one. Sorry about that. That's the wrong one. Here, let me see if I can update it real quick. I chose the wrong one. Look at that here. Live scene editing on stream. Give me just one quick moment. I gotta click.
TLDR is just gonna be tomorrow at about the.
I think they sent us the wrong one.
If you guys were here for today, it's just gonna start at 6 a.m. EST for tomorrow. But basically the same time, and it is going to be a checkpoint format. So if you guys don't know what that is, teams will have to get 55 points first before winning an extra game. And yeah, we could have 5 games, we could have 6 games, we could have 7 games. Don't really know exactly how long the series will be without the final results of tomorrow. So be here for that. And yeah, I'm excited.
It's going to be a fantastic morning. Guys, I took a look at the asset list. They sent us the wrong one. Just substitute the word wildcards with finals and then substitute the date and the day for 10/13 Sunday. Time's still the same, and the fact that it's Eternal Return Masters Season 5 Phase 1 is still the exact same as well. There's a police. Run super. We're going to call it a night, everybody. We will see you guys later. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow for the finals of Eternal Return Masters Season 5 Phase number 1.
Take care.